Ryan just stuck his head out the window like Mr. Wilson from Dennis the Menace and yelled, "Scram!
Get off my lawn!"
We got shit to do.
Hello, everybody. This is Ed Schenkenfelder, your official spotter for Hole 6A at Clash of the Canyons, and you're listening to Unstable Discourse.
Oh, welcome in to episode 8 of season 2 of Unstable Discourse.
Yeah.
What up? Yes.
There is a army in the room with us today.
Circle one.
Circle what?
We got Circle 1, the whole Sons of Anarchy are in the room. It is your boys, Ryan Fancher of Unstable Disc Golf Gear.
Yes, sir.
Sean Callahan of Delwood Disc Golf.
You had better know that.
Okay. Jason Callahan of Bad
I don't even know what to say. I'm here. I'm glad to be here. Hi, everybody.
Present.
Yeah,
Present.
You're alive.
Yep.
Mikey Hvizd of Circle 1.
What it do?
What it do? You're going to need to what it do it louder than that.
What it do was about a 3.
I cranked it.
That was like
okay.
That was like a Snoop Dogg type of.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
We
just
got,
don't have
I
the
like
blunt
that
in my
vibe.
hand.
And we got Scott Rangel, a.k.a. El Chapo
What up,
of Circle
people?
1.
Yeah.
I'm Alex Seminary of Disc Golf Chicago. We're here to do episode 8 in the club, part 2, featuring Circle 1. This is an episode that's been a long time coming. We knew this is
saying these names for a long time now.
listeners will have heard your names.
I almost gave up.
You were just sitting at home patiently waiting, huh? He was
Coach.
I don't know about patiently. But
patiently waiting for a pod to explode on. Yeah,
Like-
but ever since we did the first In the Club episode, we had the arrangement with Schlitter, but we wanted to do Circle 1 as well. So there's a little we had a decision to make there, and it just worked out the way it worked out. But long story short, we're very happy to have you guys here. Circle 1 is a club that has made waves in so many different ways in the community, and so I wish I could do a compilation of asking all the different people in Circle 1, like, what attracted them and what do they like about it. I mean, there's just so much we could talk about, so I'm really excited.
Like, how did you start playing disc golf?
We'll get there, Ryan.
No.
Please. In
From
case
all
you
12
haven't
of
listened
us.
in a while, Ryan despises that every interview starts with that question. And since I know that he hates it, now it has to always be a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
All 8 people in here need to give us their life story.
Well, not a life story, just how did they
From
get
like
started?
maybe age 5 on.
Is this going to be like the longest podcast that you guys have?
That's okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's Guinness World Record tonight.
Perfect.
Yeah. Strap in, boys.
Especially with
Another
the new
record.
segment that's
Strap
coming
in.
That's right.
Alex. Put
we
that
have
away.
a new segment for you guys today and a contest. We'll get to that later. There's details to share, but I'm really excited about it. I think you guys are going to like it. You know, before we get into the meat and potatoes and talk about Circle 1 and what they've been doing as a club, first let me tell you that we're coming to you live from... Not live. We're coming to you from...
Right now
Boardroom.
we're live.
Yeah. We're coming to you from the boardroom at Embers Tap House in Lockport, Illinois. Just
Unfortunately, Nick is on vacation. Otherwise, the bar would be open, and we would have some fancy drinks on our hands, but he needs a break too.
no fancy drinks
I
today,
have a Miller
but-
Lite in my hand. Thank you very much.
That's fine.
Fancy. Oh, you fancy.
I'm just
great
pissed
about
that you
it.
made me do a shot of rum, and
Well, that was rude.
Mexican rum.
That was a gift from Ao, the mortgage pro,
Rude.
who just got back from Mexico,
Ao.
and I watched his dog, so he hooked me up with some booze from
Nice.
abroad. I thought I'd share
who
that.
was the broad?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I was a second behind you there. Oh, yeah. You got it.
I was just going to ask what kind of
What was her
dog
name?
he had.
Oh, he's got 2 dogs. One's a monster, like American Bulldog / Chocolate Lab mix. He's like 130 pounds, and his name is Walter.
Oh,
What
a sure.
name.
That's
So
great.
That's
he's-
appropriate.
He's a big, dumb, lovable dog with a name that sounds like he should be very smart. And then he has a little pit named Miley. I hung out with them for a couple days, and I got some booze. I thought I'd share it with you guys. Thank you, Ao, the mortgage pro.
Appreciate it.
And,
My guy.
yeah. There's a lot packed into this episode, so let's get it going. The whole thing starts with Fired Up.
In Fuego!
Brought to you by Embers.
That's appropriate.
Really switching it up today.
I don't know if that's a direct
I like it.
translation, but
I like it.
I thought of it about 10 seconds ago, so
He's
we're
been
rolling
practicing that for 2 weeks.
with it.
No, those are always organic. You've said that before.
10 seconds.
Yep. All right, Ryan, what are you fired up about?
I don't remember. Give me a second.
Okay. Sean, what are you fired up about?
I mean, how
I
fired up
always
can
have to
you
go
be?
next. Jason, you go.
Jason, what are you fired up about?
I am a COVID survivor, and that's what I'm fired up about. Thank you.
right.
Thank you. Yeah. No one's going to get it tonight. I'm not contagious. Don't worry, anybody. But
I did
since
check
the
with
last
Jason.
record, I did get it. I survived it. It was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I could do an entire episode on it. My book will be out in a couple of months, detailing the events of what it was like to have COVID.
What's the name of this book so we can be on the lookout?
Pre-cum. Why would I?
Jesus.
Why would I name my first book anything but pre-cum?
God, I hate it.
Oh my!
No, it's so bizarre.
Can you at least say it the appropriate way?
Precum?
Thank you.
So, what is the weirdest thing about COVID is, and I have not heard anything about this, is how it affects your brain.
Brain fog.
Like, I have never
Oh, I was going to say
experienced-
your face, but go ahead.
No, my face, I think, got more beautiful and slim and trim.
Oh, that's how you know the brain fog is real.
That part was great. Losing like 11 pounds in a week was fantastic. I love that part.
You do look great.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel great now that I'm alive, not
Was it
trying
all
to
that
stay
Taco
alive.
Bell finally getting out of you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lots of Taco Bell forcing its way out of my system. No,
This
it's
episode
like-
is very on brand for you so far.
What has happened is I've lost. This is so stupid. I've lost my like third dimension. I've lost like my spatial
Did you take
recognition.
DMT or
Yeah,
get
for
COVID?
real. Michael.
What are you talking?
Dude, it's weird. When I'm driving, I can't tell the difference between 20 miles an hour or 90 miles an hour, and I can't really
That's safe.
figure out how far I am from the car in front of
Did
me.
you drive
Only my
here
brother.
tonight?
Yeah,
my
totally.
brother would have.
It's not like, it's not like I think I can pick you up. Like, oh, you're Tiny Ryan. Like, that's a different thing. But like, I've lost that. I'm like slowly working on like mental things to help me get that back. Very bizarre.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
That's
I've heard of the brain fog. I have not heard of that.
That's just
specific
one
thing. That's super weird.
One part of it. Had super crazy weird nightmares about like trying to add fractions in my head and stuff. And
That is a nightmare. Yeah.
yes, bizarre
Yeah.
nightmares of like,
common denominators.
but not like.
No, it's
not like-
improper. No.
So that would make not like a high school dream where you're back in school and you're like, oh my god, I don't know this shit. In my head, if I don't make the numbers work, I'll die. Stuff like bizarre dreams,
Your
very
life
bizarre dreams
depends on
that
if
don't even
you-
make sense at all.
Complete.
Welcome into the
It's
weirdest
been-
episode we've ever done.
I'm telling
Anything
you,
ever.
it has been one of
that's
the
a
weirdest
wrap.
experiences of my life.
And that's a wrap on Jason's Fired Up.
I'll stop talking
Thanks for
now.
having us, guys.
Oh.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Holy crap, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's been very weird.
So this is back-to-back
chunk
weeks
of
you're
shit.
fired up about surviving.
This is 2 episodes in a row that I'm just happy to be alive. Yeah.
I hope you make it to next episode.
Yeah,
I really
right?
like having
Yeah.
you on the show.
Yeah, between falling down and getting sick, I think that's it. Next is death. So hopefully I make it in the next episode.
I've seen Final
Hey,
Destination.
don't say that.
The next episode
don't
will
say
be a
that.
memorial episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop.
Where you all got COVID and you're talking about
And
it.
yeah.
Okay,
We should not have
that's-
recorded with him in the room.
That's not funny.
It's okay. I'm
No.
fully vaccinated. I'm good.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
fully vaccinated.
We're good.
Yep.
I did check with Jason before the episode though to make sure that it was safe. I was like, "What's it contagious?"
Yeah. I talked to doctors and all that stuff, and we're good. Everybody in here is good. Don't worry.
Good. No one's nervous anymore. Busy. What are you fired up about?
Scotty actually has the fired up for me. So
Oh,
Well, I'm doing. Oh, I thought we were both in fire. All right.
it don't
Fired
matter.
up.
It don't matter.
okay.
Whatever
I
feels
got
right.
the local route.
So what I'm fired up about is we are running the first ever Illinois Junior Championship. I mean,
Hell yeah.
it could have been ran
You-
before, but I've only been in the disc golf scene for about 3 years now, so I haven't seen anything done for juniors.
How did
yet,
you
so-
start playing disc golf? I'm just kidding. Don't
segue.
answer
We're
that.
not at the meat and potatoes yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So
In my
wait.
time, I have never seen any.
And
No.
junior stuff. So we're like, why not us?
And
so
it's like-
we're doing it.
It's filling up like crazy.
Yeah, we
yeah.
have 68 juniors
Come
signed
on.
up right now.
in all divisions from what 18 and younger.
Yep, every junior division has someone in
Did
there
you
right
say
now.
18?
18 and younger.
18
Yeah.
under, yeah. So juniors is 8, yeah. So you could be 18 and still be a junior.
You're
So
not
it's
18. Don't
and
worry
under.
about it. You can't play. Nice try.
I
And-
really,
and
I
that-
missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
That same day, we're also running the Illinois Women's Championship at the Oaks as well.
Oh
so,
my god!
Yes, sir.
Whoa,
So-
The
badass.
champions of diversity.
Way to
So-
pick one.
Yeah.
They're
doing both
as far as growing the sport goes, kids and women. Those are two things that need so
for
much
sure.
more.
Yeah,
They need to get on the lifeboats first.
That's
Come
right.
on,
for
Titanic.
sure. Yeah. So
Women and
why
children.
not us? So we're doing it.
I have a child. Oh, that scene.
Yeah, I remember.
Michael?
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
Michael?
Piece of shit.
Still never watched that movie.
Dude was a douche in
Dude.
Titanic.
How did you not? Kate Winslet's
No, I'm
titties
good.
are out. and
I'm
everything.
good. You could see it on Reddit. I don't need to watch the movie.
You've never seen
see it
Titanic,
on
though?
No, I'm good.
When I was a kid, it was on. It was a
Reddit after
VHS
the
on
fact.
2 tapes, and you
Yes.
had to
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Tape 2, like 20 minutes in or whatever.
Yep.
Just keep it. Just
Boobs.
rewind it back to
Leo's
that spot.
gonna get real artist.
Parents are going to the grocery store.
Yep.
Bust that tape out.
Yep.
Right.
Minutes.
Mom's going to Aldi. We
right.
got about 30 minutes.
So anyway, this event will be on
Welcome to the
July
new
24th.
Sounded like Jason over here.
This
Get
segment
your
brought to you
kids
by Titty
signed
Talk.
up. July 24th.
Titanic Titty Talk.
Women and children.
Thursday
first.
night, Titanic titty talk.
God forgive us.
Hey, look, I'm king of the world! Woo!
Have we had any of the juniors that you know of like play any of our events, or is this all new? Because I've only seen like Clash. No,
No, it
Illinois
was
State.
States.
Illinois
We've
States.
never
There
done
was a
juniors.
juniors event, and there were a handful, but that was it. So how do you get 68?
So there, I mean, I don't know, man.
You
I
know what it's
threw,
like.
I threw it out there.
45 of them are your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're mostly
At least
Wrangles.
eight. At least eight.
One division is
At least
5,
eight.
6
He's got,
Wrangles.
he's got 3
half of them
champion
are us.
putters in the basement.
But no, I don't know, man.
practicing.
Yeah, it's awesome. 68. It's crazy.
It's just got to be from people sharing it around on Facebook, right?
Think
I mean, you're not
sharing
putting
it, but also
flyers
too,
at Chuck
it's
E. Cheese or anything.
It's the kids
No one,
leagues that
so
you're doing,
no one has done it, and I wanted to make sure it said Illinois Championship.
Yeah.
So people are like, dude, this is something big.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a bouncy house. We're gonna have free,
Oh, yeah.
free food for the kids.
Rokita, you're
We're
not
gonna
invited.
have a players pack. We're gonna have a
You're
disc,
not going.
stickers.
That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it's
sick.
much doper than it sounds. I mean, it sounds great.
You had me
start-
at Bouncy House.
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
I mean, kids love
Exactly,
bouncy
that's
houses.
what
I
I'm
love
So,
bouncy houses.
Done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm fired up about that too, and I like that you called it, something big because you're kind of already on the hook now for the next 5 or 10 years.
Or 35 years.
This is
or
an
whatever it is.
inaugural
Yeah.
event.
No,
Right.
for sure.
Yes.
I want this to be every year.
Just so you have
just-
one day a year where you don't have to watch all your kids. They're all busy on the tournament at least
Yep.
one day a year.
That's true.
They're all out there doing what
Tournament is
they want to do.
babysitting
Get some
your
volunteer
family.
chaperones.
It's a
Volunteer
babysitting
chaperones.
scheme.
Yeah, I get it.
Bouncy House,
Clever.
bro.
Yeah.
Think
Genius.
about it.
Hey, Vizzy, go
Genius.
spot
Smart
on
man.
hole 3. Yeah, sure, I'll go watch your kids.
Right.
No problem.
What are you fired up about, Ryan?
So we had a meeting with Seth Findley of the Disc Golf Pro Tour
Indeed.
Yes,
on
sir.
Wednesday, virtually. And among some of the things that we are wrapping up and finalizing, he did let us know that there are 2 names that I am stoked to have. We got him in, and I say we had nothing to do with it, but Brian Earhart is playing in the Silver Series event.
Yes.
Which,
Nice.
how could he not? And the other name was kind of a surprise to us, but we saw her at what was the last tournament? She just played at De La in Santa Cruz. Juliana Corver will be
No
playing.
way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's cool.
Dude.
Badass. So,
The JK herself.
yeah, JK. So if you are holding a JK AVR at some point,
Now you know what that means.
now you will know.
It was funny because
Get it
with,
signed.
get it
when
signed,
Seth
yeah.
told us, he kind of said it in a way that he paused afterwards, like he was waiting for us to be like, "Oh my god, dude!"
Yeah.
Like it was pretty cool.
But
Yeah,
did you
it was
play it
great.
cool? You were like,
Oh,
oh,
for
cool.
Yeah, we were like, oh yeah, totally. I talked to her on the
who?
phone. Yeah, like 2 days ago.
all
Yeah,
right,
whatever.
that's cool, bro.
I guess.
Who?
No big deal.
Dope. Friend of the show, she did an intro for us a couple
She did,
episodes ago.
and she's awesome, and she kicked some ass at De La. I guess she's going to tour for the rest of the year, or that's what Seth said. She's going to try and tour, and she's going to stop at Clash. So I am
She should have
over the
never
moon about it.
stopped.
I can't wait to talk
Yes.
to her because when I asked her to do the intro, I was like, you might want to listen to the show first for a little, at least to know what you're
To
putting your name on.
gauge what, right?
Which I've said to lots of the big people that I've talked to in disc
Just
golf, like,
listen to the Jason segments.
I'm like,
and, like
it's not safe for work. Make
Right.
sure that
Right.
you're
They
cool
act
with
like
this.
I'm pulling them down. Like they don't say the
NSFW.
shit I say.
So she listened to. I sent her episode 6 of season 1. Hey, ladies.
Yeah.
And she listened. She said she listened like the first 5 minutes, and then she was like, "I love it. This is exactly my kind of show. I'm really excited to listen to all of it." So
And I'm never gonna listen again.
right,
Sure,
maybe
probably.
that's probably
Maybe,
what
I don't know,
happened.
who knows?
But when she comes down, we got to see.
She's gonna
like,
call
hey,
you
that
out.
person
Absolutely,
listens to
we
this.
will absolutely do that. Yeah,
Awesome.
so that's
Dude,
what I'm
that's
fired up about.
hard to follow.
Awesome, man.
Right.
Big
You gonna
names.
follow
Big
that?
names.
I've got a 2-parter, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. But Clash, I am also. He stole my thunder. Stoked for Clash. Am weekend is 2.5 weeks away. Pro weekend is 4.5 weeks away. It is full blown Clash mode now.
Not panic, but
No, not panic at all. But
But-
we're in that headspace every day,
Correct.
doing something else, posting something else, figuring out something else. Today, we decided to limit the amount of spectators that we're going to be allowed to come. Not really for any other particular reason than like if we have less than 500 people, it's going to be less than 500 people to maintain and keep happy and like
Sure.
have packed in any one area. So it's not really like a COVID thing or like a safety thing, but just kind of like let's let's make it really cool for
Yeah.
like 500 people instead of panicking for more than that.
So
Yeah, you
everyone
can
has
make
a
sure
good
you're
experience.
giving everybody a good experience.
Right.
If things get a little unmanageable, then it's stressful because you don't know what's going to happen.
And I like for things to be that way. I like for it to be a limited or a numbered thing that makes it extra special for the people who are attending.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stoked for that. And the spectator passes have been pouring in all day long.
According
So-
to my email, correct.
Which I added you to the
Are
email
the-
I
list
appreciate
today,
it and
now-
immediately regretted it.
Are
Yep.
the fanny
So-
packs on the way? or
Question.
what?
yeah, are the fanny packs
Yes.
happening? Or
I haven't ordered a spectator pass yet.
You should probably.
We're
I
still-
should probably do this.
do that
Yeah.
for you and your 17 children. It's going to
It's-
cost you
They're all,
170
they're all
bucks.
free. 10 and under are free.
Ooh, you're right. Damn, they're all under 10 too.
Son of
Oh,
a-
is that even
Dude,
physically
my
possible
old-
with
my
time?
oldest is 8.
What? That doesn't even make
No, that doesn't
chronological
make
sense.
mathematical
Shoney's
sense.
playing, actually. You didn't know?
All right, two-parter. So
my year-old's a beast.
Beyond Clash, I also need to give a shout-out. This is kind of a fired-up / local route.
You're local routing it
But
slightly.
Tom McMillan came out to my house this morning. His company, Aqua Pro, that's aquaproscs.com, for those of you that are going to look it up, came out to the house today, and it is indeed. Tim Blair is fanning off Scott Rangel as I do my fired up.
Yeah, you'll
now
notice-
everyone is fanning him off. It is a...
yeah.
I'm getting hit now.
You'll
like
notice
Sandlot
the
in this thing.
motorcycles going by and the trains because we've got the windows open.
As he
so-
would say, this is not big boy weather right now.
No.
Yes, this is not big boy
Or
heat.
fat boy weather.
We'll talk about the winter
So
shorts.
Tom came
Yeah.
out. He power washed the house, power washed the garage, power washed the barn, and is going to be coming back in a couple weeks to power wash the rest. The house that I bought, I feel like that had never been done. It just needed a bath. The house got a bath today. Came out and did an incredible job himself, his helper Eddie, and his son Derek. Phenomenal job. They were in and out. Fantastic. If any of you guys are looking for some power washing needs, whether that be home, garage, anything, they do decks, they refinish. There was like all kinds of like seal coating stuff that they could do. Make
Shameless
sure you're
plug.
reaching out to Tom McMillan at Aqua Pro. The number is 630-723-9296. He will take care of you and get you all cleaned up.
for probably the first year that I knew Tom, for some reason, I thought his name was Steve, and I kept calling him Steve. And once I realized his name was Tom,
That's
I
racist.
tried really hard to remember his name's Tom. Then I had this conversation with myself every time, like, wait, is it Steve or is it Tom? So then I just started calling him Steve Tom, and he's totally cool with it. I still call him Steve Tom.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. Whenever Tom comes out to our events, he goes, "Hey man, it's Steve Tom signing in." And I'm like, "What's up, boy?"
He came out super professional. Loved it.
Solid
and
dude.
fuego.
Hey, Alex.
What are you in fuegoed about?
Thank you. One, I'm
probably a lot.
now set up with stamps.com, so I can ship easily from my house, and I don't think I'll ever have to go to the post office again, and that is a true blessing. The post office
Correct.
is one of the worst places in America, and I will...
How much are you mailing?
Yeah. What are you
What is
sending
going
out?
on?
Is it worse than the DMV, though?
Yes.
Than the
definitely.
DMV?
Yes. Because of the DMV, everybody knows...
Well, you live in Chicago proper, so
Everybody
I can,
knows, like, hey, we're all here together. We all know it's going to suck. Just let's be cool. At the post office, everyone thinks their shit is the most important. And everybody's looking at you like, you're taking too damn long to put them stamps on, bro. Like, everybody is shitty with each other.
Yeah.
It's the worst. But I've just been mailing out pins and jerseys because people didn't understand that the jerseys were supposed to be picked up at our events. I had no plan on shipping them. And what am I going to say to somebody who can't make it to one of our events?
Sure.
Sorry. Yes, I will go to the post office and mail it, but not anymore. Stamps.com. Super dope. If you need your jersey mailed to you now, let me know. It's $5 to ship it. I'll get it done. And part 2 is Chicago Union, the Ultimate Frisbee team. I finally got my jersey. I feel
wearing
Looking
that
good.
fresh.
You didn't let me
Looking
know,
sharp,
or I
looking
would have worn mine.
I thought you would just feel it in the universe and know that you were supposed to wear it tonight.
I wore it like 2 days in a row last week. It's gross again.
I wore this for 2 days in a row when I first got it too.
Number 22, chosen by you.
That's my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's got my name on it. Also, Saturday.
Why did you? Oh, you chose 30 for my jersey.
Yeah.
It was my birthday.
Yeah.
I thought it was arbitrary.
No, I'm a
What a
thoughtful
guy.
I'm
Get
a
it
thoughtful
together, bro.
motherfucker.
God damn it.
Why do you think my wife likes me? I'm a thoughtful guy.
I didn't know until just now.
You should see what else she likes me for.
Okay.
Edit that out.
22.
Okay.
Why'd you make a jerk off motion when you said edit that out?
I was making a cut-in.
Cut it. Cut it out.
That out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chicago Union has their first home game of the season this Saturday. I really wish I could go. They're playing the Indianapolis team. That just seems like a fun rivalry. I wish I could go watch.
You would think, yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be fun. But we'll make it to one of those games. Chicago Union guys, hoping you guys win. Definitely want to support you guys. And this is going to air after that game. So a lot of this is pointless, but there will be other games.
It's not pointless.
It
you
will have
you say
happened.
it from your heart.
That's right. We'll be out there. You guys bring home the W. And that is a wrap on my Fired Up. And I think it's a wrap on the whole Fired Up segments.
It was indeed.
And fuego.
And
It was on
that
fire.
Means it's time for the Callahallander Rundown.
Oh my god, I better grab my phone.
Callahallander Rundown.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I always do it.
Who is this brought to you by?
Discgolfscene.com.
Come on.
Come on, Pete. Here we go. Callahallander Summer Edition. The first. The first of a few. I'm calling it summer. Back off.
18 days. Fine. Okay.
Back off.
Fine.
So get used to
feels
it. It's
like
going to be
summer.
Clash mode for the next
year.
3 episodes because that's all we've got going on.
Clash. Correct.
New info. We mentioned this last time. Clash of the Canyons 5 AM weekend at Delwood is on June 19th and 20th.
We're affectionately calling them Clam and Clap.
Clam and Clap?
Yeah, Pro.
Okay.
Clam, Clash Ams.
I knew Clam,
and Clash
Clap
Pro. Clam and
Is
Clap.
a venereal disease. Here we go.
That is also true.
June
That you might
18th.
get on your clam.
you might get on your clam. That's true.
Player party will be at Trinity on Friday, June 18th. This will be player pack pickup and an accuracy league, maybe something else. I don't know yet. But I think we're going to land on accuracy league. Player packs and things are in motion, and we are super stoked. They are all at my house. Cannot wait to give them to you. Clash at the Canyons v DGPT Silver Series presented by Discmania.
The clap.
The event is full. The clap. The event is full, but get signed up for your spectator passes. We already mentioned that in the episode. The spectator passes are now limited to 500 total people. Packages are as follows. $10 spectator pass gets you in, but no swag pack at all. The $30 spectator pass is sold out, so no bueno, you can't get that one. The $55 spectator pass includes a fanny pack, disc, shirt, koozie, and those are limited to 50. At this point, I want to say there's probably like around 25 of them left. The $75
I have my hand
Excuse me.
raised.
Yes, Mr. Interruption. Yes.
Go
ahead.
Is the artwork for the fanny pack ready yet? Is
No.
No.
Okay, sorry.
$75 spectator pass, fanny pack, disc, shirt, scoozy,
Scoozy.
hat, and
Shout
disc
out
golf
Scoozy.
We should put
pin.
Scoozy's name on.
Limited to
yeah.
100 spots. There's
Scoozy on the
79
koozie.
left the last time I did this. There's probably like 70 left now because they have been pouring in all day long
Yeah.
since we decided to limit it to 500. Come on, Pete.
Come on, Pete.
Clash. That's it. Up and down. Clash only. Get on your shit. Discgolfscene.com. Get a spectator pass. I don't want to hear no bullshit.
Come
Mitch.
on, Pete.
Specifically Mitch. And you know what? Here's another
Michael.
thing. I swear to
Michael.
God.
Michael.
I swear to God.
Michael.
If one more person asks me if a caddy has to get a spectator pass, I'm gonna snap.
Hey, Sean.
Don't do it.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was
All right.
just-
If your
Keep going.
caddy is going to spectate after he's done being a caddy or she is done being a caddy,
Wait.
then yes.
If you are going to caddy and then spectate, what would you call yourself at that point?
A spectator.
Oh, okay. Right.
I don't know why in the disc golfer mind we immediately go to a gray area where like I don't owe you money now, but stop doing that
Michael.
because it's annoying as shit. I love you all, but please stop. Brought to you by discgolfscene.com. Come on, Pete.
Come on, Pete.
Yeah.
I think that's the most amount of Michaels that I've heard Sean
Yeah.
ever say.
Let them rain, baby.
You
Yeah.
are.
Let 'em rain.
That's a certain kind of fired up right there.
That was a beefy Callahallander
Yeah.
rundown.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Boys got beef. You sound like you need to relax, dog. Luckily,
it's hot in here.
Luckily, we have
a
something
solution to that.
to help with that. We'll get to that later.
Ooh, okay. More rum?
We could.
No.
Ooh, we could. Rokita does not want any more rum, but there's about a half a bottle left.
Who invited him?
We'll see
Still, I don't
what
know how he
happens
got
at
here.
halftime. That is a wrap on the Cal Hallander rundown. Come on, Pete. And now we should deal with the trivia winner from the last episode. Jason, take us into that.
So before we talk about who won, let's talk about broken bones.
Yeah.
Alex, how many broken bones have you had? Not fractions. Fractures.
Wait, fraction?
God.
No fever dreams.
They are
No
haunting
fever
you.
dreams.
Not fever dreams.
Fractions are haunting you.
fractures. Broken bones.
Fractions.
It'd be great if we could stop talking about fractions for 2 minutes. I've never fully broken a bone. I've had a few fractures.
Fractions.
Ryan,
Bagel.
0 broken.
Not even a fracture.
Well, not even a fracture.
How much milk do you drink, dog?
Yeah, right.
Gallons.
Got
Walking
milk?
vitamin D.
One fracture, no breaks.
No breaks. I
Them's
have
the
had
breaks.
1 broken bone. I broke my wrist when I was in 8th grade.
What were you doing?
Do we want to know?
No,
God.
there was like chin-up bars on our playground. There was like 2 different heights, and we were like acting like we were Jordan, like running at them and like trying to do like
Oh, hell yeah.
dunks on the chin-up bars. And I grabbed it, swung like 90 degrees in the air, and then decided to
Let go.
fucking let go. Yeah. And then fell to the ground and landed on my wrist, and like fully, like my fingers touched my arm, like
Left
and,
or right?
right.
So you had to start brushing your teeth with your left.
with my left hand,
Which is
yes,
a big
for
deal
couple
when you're
months.
in 8th grade.
Yeah, right. That
you're
was
a lefty.
prime brushing teeth
That's
time.
all. That's all you had.
Yes.
Monkey bars and brushing your teeth.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I had Jordan and brushing my teeth, and I decided to take one of
most
them out of the
worried about.
equation. But yeah, 1. So Mike Miller is the winner because he chose 1. I'm the only one that's had a broken bone. amongst
Nailed
the
it.
4 of
Mike
us.
Miller.
Got him.
Nice one, Mike.
Nailed it.
And
Taco Miller.
What did Mike win?
Mike has won a free copy of Perfect Putt 360. Perfect Putt 360 is a putting practice app designed to mimic tournament type pressure in a game that makes putting practice fun. Download Perfect Putt 360 today on the App Store and Google Play. Wait for it!
Hashtag
Every putt
counts. There's a lot of snakes.
Thank you,
in here.
Perfect Putt 360, and thank you to everybody who submitted your guesses.
A lot of
We
guesses.
got
That was great.
A lot of guesses.
Yeah,
this week.
like
Yeah.
30 something.
You know why?
guesses. Yeah.
Probably because Tom Samborski liked it.
Yeah,
And then it just went viral.
Banana viral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone for participating, and that is a wrap on the trivia portion of the last episode.
Last night, week, episode.
Night.
Fractions.
Brain fog is real, folks.
COVID brain.
And that brings us along to the local route.
Dude, that's my favorite part, dude. Ooh, dude, that's the
Michael?
Oh, I can't wait to put music behind this. Oh, it's good.
Special.
I literally was listening to like the previous one, and I was like practicing that. And I was
Oh,
like, I
it
needed
was
to,
good.
Like, get that. Ooh,
Oh, you better believe I'm going to put some reverb behind that.
got that.
Yeah.
All right.
Come
Turn
on.
it up.
Let's we're gonna flip the order this time. We went clockwise last time. Let's go counterclockwise. Is that not good?
No, I was ready. Go ahead. Well, come to me.
Oh, I feel.
Come on, Ryan.
No, it's fine.
Come on, Scotty. Wrangle
okay?
I'm
6
fine.
kids.
Okay.
You guys always give me shit for not having one. I was so prepped.
Now I'm afraid you're gonna forget by the time it comes back around to.
All right.
Go with him.
Michael.
Who's your local route?
My local route this episode is Mr. Old Greg Pondman himself.
I'm old Greg.
Mr. Rokita behind us.
I forgot to tell him.
Because-
I forgot to tell him.
Hey, just know every one of those discs I found, my foot touched.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was on there.
Nice.
So,
Dan Blazer
I'm
and
imagining
myself
that you
have
were just
washed
grabbing them with your long toes and
Yeah.
just like Lost Boys,
Pincer
like
movement.
the like when they zoom in on the vampire feet on Lost Boys and they got
Yeah.
the long toes. That's
them.
Rokita's feet.
Jason is very intrigued right now.
Death by stereo.
to fill everybody in,
Before the night's over, I'm going to see
Prove
those
it.
Michael toes.
Show those toes.
after Workforce Brewing Open, he went in to the pond on hole 3 and retrieved how many? 52 discs.
First day.
there were discs.
The first time.
There were discs in there from like a year and a half ago, from last Workforce Open.
Easily.
So there was a ton, and then he decided to go to the Oaks.
Cause why?
And pull out.
Home
So
course.
Wait. Cause why? He threw his Hades in there, so he had to go back.
So he threw a Hades in
I
there.
added a 10 pole over the water.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Prototype
is on him.
Hades over the pond, bro.
Oh, this is
But
a girl, so I
all
should
told,
call
he
her.
pulled out like
150
That's
plus.
made up of
150
shit, though.
plus discs. You can make fun of them all you want, but that is badass.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so-
clapping.
Thank you, sir.
Clapping.
And that's all I got to say about that. So
That's all you gotta say, man. That's
Yeah.
that's incredible.
We love you, dog.
Raise your glasses.
We love you, dog.
Cheerios, bud.
Wait, I need to grab another one from the bucket. Wait.
great.
Cheers to Matt Rokita.
Yeah.
Got me on one?
The Swamp Thing.
Now we're gonna reverse it. Scotty boy.
Reverse.
I thought they didn't have Budweisers left.
You got a
What the
local
hell
route?
happened
Local
here?
route.
No, that's me.
Yes.
Oh, Vizzy's got a local route.
Oh, go ahead if you got
I'm
one
doing
too.
it too. All right, I'm shouting out everyone behind me here.
Hey, shout out.
Come
Circle one.
on.
Yeah, I know, but I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? So everyone behind me, we got Veronica, Alex. They stepped up this year. They ran the couples double trouble at
Thank
the
you,
Oaks.
ladies.
Awesome events. They got sponsors that I don't know. So much stuff for free. I don't know how they're women. You need women. If you guys don't have women helping you yet, I know you got Sheila.
Amen.
You need women.
Get me
They
off.
will get you free stuff.
They help so much.
We'll get you
They help so
figured
much.
out and all your shit.
Tim Blair stepped up a lot this year helping out. He's helping run the sanctioned leagues we got at the Oaks.
Disc golf
The
Jesus.
connection.
Yeah,
Disc golf
so he's
Jesus.
got Circle One Connection. He's running that. Yeah, Disc Golf Jesus behind me here.
Also, friend of the show, who donated us each a pair of very special socks that I still
Yes.
get excited to wear. Every time I'm going through my sock drawer, and I'm like, what am I going to wear today? Is it a good enough day to wear my office socks? I don't know. And I save it for
No,
special
not
occasions.
today. Not
we do.
today. Not today.
Not today.
Not
Yeah.
today. Save it.
Right.
Save it. Save it.
Oh yeah.
So we got Sean Zeems. You can't say enough about Sean. He does all the work at the Oaks. You know,
Amen.
He's
created everything we got there.
is what the
Nick
Oaks is.
O'Reilly, shout out Nick. Me and Nick got some stuff we're working on right now too. He's helping out with tournaments. We got a tournament coming up end of the year at a golf course
Sick.
in Crete Moni. So we're gonna be getting that ready in October. Matt Rokita, Ryan Fancher
The
said enough
Swamp
already.
Thing. The Swamp Thing.
Swamp
Pond Boy.
And then of course my buddy here next to me, Vizzy. Nothing gets done without this guy. So I'm just the pretty face that runs everything.
always. Yep.
I'm gonna agree with that, especially because so many people mistake me for you. So that's a compliment to both of us.
I mean, it's like there's a
faces over
mirror,
here.
and I'm just seeing two guys.
We're both just similar stature. Let's just say the perspiration that I'm experiencing is very similar to what Scott is experiencing right now. I look over and I'm like, that's what I look like right now.
So
I
yeah,
know
we're at Lake Eureka, right? And we finish our practice round,
my
and I'm
God.
like, I've never played Lake Eureka before, and I'm like, this is not fat person friendly.
it's not.
Like,
It's not.
you can die.
Especially
out
one.
here.
You could die.
Playing
Two rounds in one day.
One round was enough.
2 rounds
Oh,
one day.
and then we had to do
Miserable.
2 rounds the next day. I was like,
And I'm
good
you
Lord,
see the size
help
of
me.
me compared to Scotty.
Dude, the
And it was
Fitbit
miserable for me.
said 6.5 miles on the practice round. So that second day was
One practice round.
one
One
round.
practice round.
So the second day we probably did 13 or 14 miles in a day with a half an hour lunch in between.
That's if you threw straight.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
backups.
no, there's lots of OB.
Multiples.
On my lunch break, I was more concerned with getting to the gas station to go buy a container of Aleve than lunch. I took 8 Aleve pills
On an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach.
Passed out for 13 hours.
And
Woke up.
I could still feel
Nate Heinold.
every bit of pain in my feet for the whole second
I
round.
just grabbed a tall boy and I was good.
Where do I?
Damn, that's
What's my tea
gangster.
time?
It was my lunch break. So
I'm
I
glad
mean,
you said it, man, because
Needed it.
I wanted to highlight how rough that day was,
Fever
but
dream.
I also didn't want to how hard it was for me. So thank you for
rough.
doing that. Busy.
Speaking of Eureka, I want to shout out Dave B from down there because I actually lost one of my Huck Lab Cloudbreaker 2s on hole 7 because it was very windy. It kind of turned over, went into the creek, and I found 5 other people's discs before mine. I got pissed off
Yeah. After
And gave-
2, you're mad.
and gave
got
up
5.
because the last one was orange, and I was like, I got mine, I got this. Pull it up, and it was some stupid star Valkyrie or something like that.
course it was.
And I wanted to throw
It's
it
always a
back in the water.
Valkyrie.
So
Just pick a plastic type.
I let it go.
It's always a
but
Valkyrie.
Thankfully, I had my name and number, so everybody put your name and number on it because there's still decent people out there.
Listen to
which
your
is
boy.
Dave. He texted me back on Leagues night last Wednesday, I think, when we were at Delhi. He contacted me. I got it back, and all I had to do was send him the shipping label. I asked him, like, yo, can I give you $10 just because you got it? He's like, dude, don't worry about it. I just want to give you your disc back. He found like 50 other people's too, so
Sick.
it was perfect. Anyways, it showed up today. And I just want to give him a shout out. I don't know his last name, but yeah.
Dave B.
Dave B or P. I think
From
it's Dave
from
B.
down there, from
Eureka.
Pekin?
Yeah.
Eureka. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Sick.
Yeah, dude, you got to put your name on the discs. I got, I think, 2 discs back from that event.
You got 2?
Yeah, Trevon
Lucky
found one
ass.
of them, actually.
No.
Trey of all people.
Yeah, bizarre
Trey
world.
found
He
something?
Found something.
What the f-
Well, of course, it wasn't
He
his,
only
so-
loses everything.
Yeah.
His.
Yeah.
What
So that was pretty good. That was a nice surprise. I'm sure it was nice for him, too, to find something.
To be on the other side of the thing.
Not really,
The
because it
finding
pissed me
them.
off after that 5th disc. I just wanted to throw all of them
no,
back.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
no, that'd be brutal.
No.
J-Man,
Yo,
you got a local route shout out today?
I do. I got 2 if that's okay.
Please.
We got Vizzy in the house, so why not shout out Floozy and Wizzy?
Yeah, what up?
Floozy and
boys?
Wizzy, where
That's
you at?
it. Yep, that's my local route shout out. They're out there somewhere.
The
These
other
names
two
are
made
just
up-
floating in the
Let's go.
ether for anybody to take
You
if they
see-
want them.
Where's
Grab
Scoozy?
it.
Yep.
Where's Scoozy?
You
Apply
brought us
it.
into this episode talking about some nonsense. And here we are, the midway point. You're shouting out imaginary people. I
I'm
love
real.
you. I love you, Jason.
The brain fog is real.
Yeah.
Floozy
Yeah.
and Wizzy. If your names rhyme with that, get on it.
Get on it.
Get on it, guys.
It's that
They're up
simple.
for grabs.
Yeah.
Get the Instagram handle.
Right.
Get the Twitter handle.
At Floozy and Wizzy. See who it is. It's that
If
simple.
I was you, actually, I would change my Instagram handle to at Vizzy, Floozy, and Wizzy. I would just take all of them.
Just take all of them.
Claim all
Yeah,
three.
it's like
I
the
got
Three
mine.
Stooges.
Yeah.
I have mine on all
Oh,
platforms.
yours is pretty
all
dope.
platforms. I have the same one.
I got you.
I
Sean,
do.
Local route.
I do. I was having a little bit of an afternoon yesterday. On Wednesdays, my schedule is Corey opens the shop and I relieve him so that he can go play Wednesday doubles. Not relieve him like what you just mentioned.
Okay.
I relieve
That's
him
what she said.
so that he can leave the shop.
I'm sorry.
Use your imaginations.
You play dice?
So
What you guys?
I get there at 4:00.
I don't get it.
Corey goes to leagues, and I was having a day. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was in a bad mood, and RJ Woodworth and Anthony Bacon were in the shop for like 2 hours from that time. I got there at 4. They were there around that same time, but the 3 of us had like a awesome, call it a men's health, what we kind of talk about here on the podcast. And I was able to kind of get everything off of my chest. The 2 of them put me back where I needed to be. I could not thank them both enough because they just brought perspective back to my crappy day. In a position where people think, that people are coming to the shop counter and I'm being the bartender, RJ and Anthony Bacon were very much my bartenders yesterday afternoon, and it was awesome, and I super appreciated that for them being there to listen to what I had to bitch about, because after I got it off my chest, I realized how insignificant and silly it was, and I felt incredible afterwards. So boys, I appreciate you. You're incredible, and I thank you.
If you don't have some friends who will do that for you, find friends who will do that for you.
Please.
You need to vent. You need to get things off your chest. And sometimes you don't even realize how long you've been carrying around something that's just that you didn't need to be stressed out about. And if you just kind of vented it and had a homie listen and maybe give even a little perspective back, your whole.
Well, that's who Floozy and Wizzy are for me.
You son of a bitch. We were having a moment, Jason.
Maybe Bacon
I know,
and RJ
it got too real, and I was
need to
like,
adopt those
let's
names.
mic
I don't
this
know.
up.
Yeah.
Adding fractions
adding
is not that big of a deal, guys.
Not
When
at
you
all.
put it in perspective.
What's 1/3 plus 1/4? Common
That's a
denominator.
great shout out, and shout out to those
ask
guys
Uzi.
for
Yes, just
being good friends.
they know the conversation, and I super appreciate you. Thank you, boys.
You good?
Is that a moped?
All right, for my shout
Like a
out,
Honda.
I'm going to shout out a gentleman named Jim Wagner. So
Oh, hell yes.
I've never met Jim.
Oh,
Maybe I have, and I'm
Jim's a shit.
drawing a blank. But
Jim's a
here,
shit.
let me tell you why I'm going to shout him out.
tell me.
So we've been, selling these pins as fundraisers for our big festival that we're putting on in a couple months. Jim DM'd me on Facebook and said he wanted to get 2 pins. And I was like, okay, cool, legit. He's like, how can I pay for it? I'm like, well, there's this platform, that platform, this platform. And he's like, hey, I'm old school. You mind if I mail you a check? And I was like, Jim.
Jimothy. Jimothy.
I appreciate that you want to support us. So yeah, you can mail a check. I'll make it work. And he goes, cool, man. Thanks for being cool. In fact, let me get 4 pins. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. So I got the check in the mail a couple days ago. I set it
Of course
aside.
you did. Man of his word.
I set it aside with all the other things I need to deal with in terms of shipping things out.
Did your grass
I
get cut
didn't-
yet? Or no?
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com. I did not open it. And then last night he messaged me at like midnight, or maybe that's just when I saw it. And he was like, "Did you open that letter yet?"
Yeah,
and
he's
I was
got to
like,
balance his checkbook.
I was like, no, I haven't, but I'm going to be mailing the pins out soon. Don't worry. And then I went back to work. And then like 2 hours later, it's like I'm about to fall asleep. And I needed to see, did he address the check to me or to Disc Golf Chicago? So I opened it up and I saw that he wrote us a check for $150.
Come on.
He only got $40 worth of pins, but he wrote us a check for $150 with a note that says, "Thanks again. I love what you're doing for Chi-Town. Keep going on. Let's go, Jim Wagner." And
Hell yes.
Let's go, bud.
right before I fell asleep
Dope.
to see that, like,
I'm going to run around the block now.
Let's go.
no, I was just like, man, there's definitely times, and I know you and everybody at this table will relate to when you've just got a lot on your plate and everything you're doing is like stacked up and you're like behind what you're behind where you wish you were.
So many fractions.
And you're just like, I wish I could get rid of some of these things off my plate, or I wish I hadn't signed up to do this. Like, my life would be so much simpler if I just,
Yes.
And to have a little moment of somebody being like, "Hey, I see you, thanks, and here's me trying to contribute," it came at a really great time.
Michael?
Yes.
Thank you, Jim. That's so awesome. Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many times Jim Wagner has, for no reason, shoved $20 bills into the little cash box at the shop for the course fund. Every time he buys anything, 20 into the cash box. He's unbelievable. He's a fantastic guy.
Anybody who wants to contribute in some way, I mean, financially is great, but like the people who do every little thing, like just being supportive to another player or liking your stuff on Facebook, like every little thing that
Gas
you do.
up your boys and your girls, dog.
100%.
Gas them up.
Tom Samborski likes
Dude, Tom likes
everything.
everything.
Yep.
I've never... Tom likes shit that I posted from like 2010 before I met Tom.
He's borderline
going
creepy.
back
Yeah.
on the
is
book.
he creeping or
Just
what's
going back on it.
If I post something and I don't get a like from Tom, I'm like, that post must have sucked.
Yeah. Right.
Is this internet on? Is it working?
Yeah.
That's when I message you guys like, "Yo, does this post suck?" Tom didn't like it. Shout out to Tom.
Baby local rep.
All right. Now we will be getting to the heart of the episode soon, but first, let's say a few nice things about our sponsors. Namely, Ayo! Mortgage Pro.
Make him
That's
say
Andy
ayo,
O'Day,
ayo.
the Mortgage Pro. Funny story about Andy. He actually sent me a screenshot yesterday.
Oh my God.
What?
That is funny.
You son of a bitch. You're ruining the sponsor segment.
He was quiet for a while.
Hey.
Where's
I hadn't talked for a long time.
Andy
Let's build
is
up inside of me.
sponsoring the kids tournament too. So,
Dude.
Andy, great guy. Love him.
Andy is killing it.
Ayo.
What he sent me a screenshot of was one of our listeners saying, "Hey, I heard your name on the podcast. Would you be able to help my fiance and I get pre-approved?"
Yes, it's working.
And I was like, "Yes, beautiful."
Who was it in the screenshot, though? Because we knew him.
My phone's on airplane mode, so I can't find out right now. But we'll
I knew the person from
Confidential.
I knew.
yeah.
Yeah.
But still,
cool.
It's just a good example of Andy. You know, he responded, immediately, like, absolutely, yes, love to help. So shout out to Andy. He sponsors the show, and we've been saying it for all season. He is a mortgage officer who can help you navigate the very confusing waters of buying your first home or refinancing. The rates are insane right now. If you haven't refinanced in a while, it's worth reaching out to him and just seeing what's possible. He'll make it very easy for you. He'll give you a little extra money in your budget for discs, beer, tournaments, whatever. And he's also willing to meet you on the course for a round and just make it a super casual thing. If you mention Unstable Discourse when you speak to him, he will give you a $500 discount on a home appraisal. If you haven't thought about buying a home before, think about it. It's not as hard as you probably imagine. And you could
And
be...
also, there are people to help you with this
There are
shit, so it
people to help
doesn't
you.
matter how hard it is.
That's right. Instead of throwing your money away on rent every month, you could be paying yourself. That's called building wealth. If you haven't thought about it, check it out. AO the Mortgage Pro is your boy. He'll make it happen. Thank you, AO the Mortgage Pro. You guys can find him on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. He's on
MySpace.
all the platforms.
Yep.
He's on MySpace. He's on Friendster. He's got a Zanga. He's got an AIM with away messages that are full of home buying advice. Thank you, AO the Mortgage Pro, and you guys make sure you check him out. And now it's time to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode.
The Boris and Natasha.
Oh,
The Sherlock and Watson.
The Circle and One. can't believe I came up with that before you
let's
guys.
go.
Michael, you guys get out of here.
Turner and Hooch.
We've done that.
We've done Turner and Hooch.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
it's
Let's
fine.
get into
Tom Hanks.
the Chapo and Vizzy
Bullwinkle and Squirrel.
Into Club Part 2, Circle 1. So there is a huge list of questions that I came up with before we came. Huge.
That's
And
huge.
it's all
Huge.
gone now. I've forgotten all of it.
Huge.
But
How did you guys get into disc golf?
yeah.
You know,
I think that's
where
what
it's a
everybody wants to
pressing
know.
matter.
All started back.
Should I go first?
Hey, you go first.
Should I go first? We don't have to.
Stop.
I'll
You
skip.
need the
I'll
origin
skip.
story.
Stop recording.
You
need it.
Nope, we don't need it.
No, we don't need it.
Did you really
Go
stop
ahead.
recording?
No, but I will.
I'll stop. I don't have to
No,
say
if
it.
you can explain it in like 15 seconds.
I'll look at Ryan and
Go.
I'll explain it in 15 seconds.
Go.
So I started in basically 2006. I was a frolfer. Yes, I went out with like 5 dudes and like 2 blunts. All we did was smoke. Didn't care. Whatever.
So you went out with 5
Smoke
dudes.
weed every day.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna.
You were
I knew that was gonna
going out
happen.
with 5
See,
dudes.
see, you wouldn't have this opportunity
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you didn't
You're
let him
welcome.
talk.
Never would have known this about
You're welcome.
Vizzy
Yep.
if we didn't
You're
ask
welcome.
this question. Scott, how
welcome.
did you get into disc golf?
Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No,
No, I don't think he's done.
My bad.
He just wanted to tell us how many dudes he went out with.
Carry on, please.
Sorry.
Please finish.
Just trying to outdo Scotty over here. So trying to
Did
make
you
it
get
good.
anyone pregnant on your first round?
No, I didn't.
Neither
I
did Scott.
Yeah. Well, no, he did.
Can you believe it?
All he has to
Unbelievable.
do is look. It happens.
That's there.
But anyways, no.
yeah.
I started back in 2006. I was a frolfer. And then from there, I joined the PDGA in 2016, started taking it more seriously in 2017. Ropes at the Oaks was like my first tournament. And then I did Cheney Classic. And then after that, basically 2018, met Scotty. And then after there is history. So
Gotcha. So did Circle 1 start in 2018 or was it already kind of around?
idea was brought up in 2018 at the end. 2019 was our first official year when we became the club. Got
Whoa.
the actual idea, like the design. From there, spread it out, and we started our first tags round in April?
April 2019.
I don't feel
What
like it's
in
been
the
around
F?
forever, but it feels like it's been around for a
Longer
pretty
than
long
that.
time.
Yes. But 2 years is also
Because
pretty
the
long.
one biggest thing was Scotty texted me, and I remember it is because you actually reposted the logo that we posted up and was like, anybody know anything about this club right now? I just saw this.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah,
And that was
I
when
was like, "What
everything
the
kind of
fuck
blew
is
up.
this?
Yeah.
What is this?" No.
Same exact conversation was happening in my
Yeah.
like group chat with my crew. We were like, "Yo, does anybody know who Circle 1 is? Like,
Who
the
dis?
logo? The logo's dope.
Yeah.
The name is dope. It's got to be. They got to be legit." And not long after that, I started seeing Circle 1 shirts everywhere. Like you guys came out like a bat out of hell, and I'm still curious how that happened. I want to figure that out. But how did you get into disc golf, real quick?
Yeah, I mean,
He's looking at you.
It's
right
not like
now
we
with
do a
that
disc
text.
golf podcast or anything.
so
right?
I grew up. I grew up playing,
For fuck's sake.
every sport possible. Frisbees was not one of them. Who throws a frisbee? Like,
Wow. Okay,
seriously,
bud.
no, for real. This is me.
Circle 1, the most woke club.
My mind. All right. So anyway,
Okay.
a buddy of mine gets me to go out in August 2017. He's like, let's just try it. Fine, sure, I'll try it. I start seeing these people throwing the disc like 300 feet. I'm very competitive. I can do that. Like, this kid weighs like 100 pounds. I can
Still
do
can't
that.
throw
I weigh 3
300
times that.
You know, like, well, I can do this. So, and then that like started my journey. I'm like, I want to get good at this.
You
And
wanted to beat skinny people.
I'm like, it's like, I can do that. Like, well, how hard can this be? It's really hard.
He can't outthrow skinny people.
Turns
but
out,
It turns out it's
Kinda
actually
hard.
really hard. And so I start, me and my dad start playing every day, and we had hit the course. And 2018 was my first. I started doing like there's tournaments. There's people doing leagues. I'm like, this is like an actual thing. And so I get out, I check out the leagues, and then I join a tournament, and then there on out, I start seeing Vizzy and his buddies at the Oaks, and we're
smoking
like,
blunts, and you're like,
Oh yeah. No, I started getting more competitive to where I like moved away from that.
Yeah.
To where like those guys just wanted to throw one disc and just frolf. To
Sure.
where I wanted to actually compete and
Yeah.
go on with it.
Yeah.
And Basket Cases, shout out them. They were the first club that I actually looked up on Facebook, went there and like started learning about tags,
sure.
leagues and all that kind
Totally.
of stuff. And that's what brought me into everything.
Basket Cases has done that for so
Yeah.
many people.
for sure. So
The first time I went to one of their events, which same exact story. I wanted to find a club to play with. I looked up like disc golf clubs,
Yeah.
found them, and there was, I don't know, 50 or 60 people out there for like a Monday night tags thing or whatever. Everyone seems to love each other. Like everyone's having a good time. This is what I want. I want, my own version of this. And that was one of the catalysts to starting Disc Golf Chicago. And we're still nowhere near basket cases, but that is like the benchmark in my mind.
Yeah, so there's like 7 of us. We'll probably talk more into it. I'll shout out our 7 guys that
The OG
kind of
7.
helped started this whole thing.
I want to know what the first conversation you remember having about like starting a club.
It's like we're on hole 5 at the Oaks.
Yeah.
And we're on hole 5 at the Oaks.
Take us in.
And we're discussing. It's just we're all like, J-Town backs out of, like, no one's running events anymore at the Oaks. They've had some issues going on. J-Town's no longer doing stuff. We're like, why not us? Why don't we just start something? No one else. Basket Cases wasn't really playing there too often, and then J-Town wasn't. So we're
Well,
like,
they never leave Olympia Fields, so
right.
Well, of course, yeah. Exactly.
So we're like,
I don't think they
impossible
ever
to do
will.
anything
one-
anywhere when you never move your back row.
They do have a travel day once a month.
Yes.
But that doesn't matter, though.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're like, why not us? And so I guess I started the conversation. Let's do something.
There was literally 7 of us. There's what?
Yeah,
me,
you wanted-
Scotty. You have Mike Shiggs, Mike Schultz, Shigzilla. You got dumb Rokita back here. I don't know why who invited him.
No. We're gonna start the 7.
were.
No, we're gonna do the 7.
It wasn't him?
It was not Matt Rokita.
Floozy
All
and
right,
Wizzy.
Okay, we're back to 3.
All right,
Floozy and Wizzy.
Me and Vizzy.
Floozy and Wizzy.
Yep.
Shiggs, which is Mike Schultz. Lukey the Bird, Valutis.
Yep.
We
know
got
Luke.
Joe, Who's Your Daddy, Arnett's.
Yep.
No Joe.
We got
Bill.
Benenito.
Benenito.
We're at 6, and then Brett Pop.
Yeah.
Brett Pop. That was our first 7. That kind of got the group going. Others joined.
Who
in
invited this
as
guy?
we continued our journey, but that was our first 7, and they get huge shout out. Those guys right there.
Yep.
So from day one, everybody was down to like run events and like
It
shoulder
wasn't
responsibility.
really
No.
running events. It wasn't really running events. It was
No.
like a group of us that we all kind of like, all right, let's start something. Let's try and get tags. Let's do this. Let's do that. And that was more of kind of my area where I'm like the background thing, almost like Fancher, to where I look for the tags. I kind of got an idea, got the logo, gave it to everybody like, yo, is this good? Let's do this. Boom. We got our original 7 tags and then went from there. And
You
then
got just 7 tags, man.
just 7 tags.
We still have. Who has one right now?
Shut
Bill.
up. Bill does.
Bill
yeah.
has one right now.
It's
Yeah.
broken,
Nice.
yeah, and it's made with like glow tape, like to
Taped
fix
up,
it,
yeah.
so yeah, it
That's
can still
good.
hang.
That's so good.
yeah,
That's
it's OG, and he won't play for it anymore, which he's an
He
asshole.
better not.
Yeah,
Keep
but
it.
Whatever.
I don't blame him.
Keep that
I
shit.
don't either.
It's going to be in the
It's
Disc
okay.
Golf Hall of Fame someday.
Yes.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
but it was all that, and then that's when I know you started talking to the Oaks, and then that's when Sean got involved with Mary Beth and all of that, and that's
Right.
kind
I
of
think
where
so.
we
During
went into it.
2018, you and Sean had a conversation, right?
Yes, we did.
Right. So
I rode
then you
around in
guys
his
started-
gator out on the course for like 4 hours. It was
right,
awesome.
and then you guys started conversations about redesigning the course and
Yep.
whatnot. Yep. And that's when we were like coming up with the ideas, and then in 2009, it's just everything came together. It was
Serendipitous.
just awesome. In 2019, everything
just all
came together.
collided, and it worked
Hell yeah.
perfectly.
So, like I said, you guys came, in my mind, you came out kind of like a bat out of hell. There were just suddenly Circle One members everywhere, shirts everywhere, and people were repping hard. Like, not just wearing the shirts, but like, this is my shit. Like, I'm ride or die. And it's like, they've been around for 2 minutes. What are you talking about? What do you
It's true.
attribute that like quick like ascension and the loyalty? Where does that come from with your members?
We're a welcoming club. So even if you're new, if you're brand new to it, just come on out and try it. Like literally, we want more people to come out and actually experience the fun that we try and give, but also to the competitive side, to where then you can go into J-Town. I'm not going to press you guys on it, but you guys are more of a competitive area. And that's good because that's what we need. Like you said last week, it's
I
like the
love coming to
plethora
J-Town
of
for
like
leagues.
we have this area of just great disc golf community, and you guys are the main point, and that's what we are kind of trying to introduce them to, and then get them to, and then from there, then they can realize everything else about it. But also too, it helps grow it because then you're getting more people involved, you're getting the kids, you're getting more women. You're getting all of these other eyes on it, and
I think El Chapo says there are many ways in, but there's only one way out of Circle One. Maybe that's why you guys are so loyal.
Try to.
Oh, you're threatening your members.
Yeah.
That's
There's a lot of concrete shoes in that pond at the Oaks.
That's what's touching Rokita's
Ro-
feet.
yeah,
when he
Rokita-
goes-
he just swims past them.
Yeah,
I'm
I
out
mean,
of here. I think it was just Mokina, like, wasn't...
it was missing something. I don't know. There was
a gap there,
There was
and
a
you
gap
guys
there.
filled it.
Absolutely. I mean,
what she said.
I do know that, like, you know, Mokina was always a course to me where, like, all of the quote-unquote chuckers
Yes.
would go
Yep.
in groups of 5 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys saw an opportunity to do what we do best as organizers and turn those chuckers into disc golfers.
Yeah.
And that's what I've watched you guys do for 2 years, and it's outstanding.
Or at
That,
least-
that,
at
that was
least
definitely
make
my
them
crew.
see that area.
Like group of 5 to 8 going to Mokina all the time. Like that was the premier course, and to us, we loved West Park because that's where we all kind of fell in love with it. But when we all wanted to go have a more competitive round, we went to the Oaks, and we tried to go there as much as possible. That's got to be so common. Like you said, if we would have known that if somebody would have put together a club or a league of some kind, me and my boys in high school would have been all over it. We just never stumbled across that.
Because it didn't happen until
Right.
Yeah,
2018.
exactly.
you need someone to care. You have someone there that cares and wants to do. I mean, that's what it is. You need someone to care.
No, that's another shout out to Sean, because I feel like the old way of the Oaks, it was more of the old factor. Like they just wanted people to come in,
Right.
just play,
Buy the
get outta
binder.
here. Exactly.
Right.
To whereas now he brought in this new style and the way of disc golf is moving in that sense, and now it's bringing more attention to them and more people.
Well, and also, I don't know how the attitudes changed, but we had tried to run some, travel leagues and Saturday morning tags and things like that, and we were getting harassed by staff.
Yeah.
For just being there, which was crazy to me because we were just playing disc golf, right?
And they were like, "Do you have your card or whatever?" Like, did they
yeah,
ask
and
you
there was
for
a
that?
lot of pushback, and like a lot of people just wouldn't go there after that. It was crazy. I didn't want to go there. Like
For organized golf. Like,
Right.
organized
casual
golf.
golf.
Right. I hear these stories all the time. but
And
I
so when
wasn't-
you guys
yeah.
were talking about how they're just completely on board, and Sean's sitting right behind us, it blew my mind. I don't know how you guys turn those attitudes around, but they're like 100% different, and I'm so grateful that you guys are able to do that.
I think it was more of the transition of the guard, if you would say. Sean came in and kind of realized the new way of everything, and like exactly. Well, no, you didn't, but you wanted to learn, and that was the thing.
You sought out.
Yeah,
It was
you sought out
attitude.
someone
You
who-
sought out
It was a
someone
lot of
but it
attitude.
was
It
the
must have been.
old
Yeah.
way that basically got pushed out. And that was kind of what I saw when I first started there. It was always an old dude that would always stand out there, smoke a cigarette on hole 5, and just watch everybody. And I know for a fact that was the main guy that would always take care of it, but didn't want to change it. And exactly, because it was always old golf.
Yeah.
It was
Different is
old
bad.
golf.
Different is bad.
Change is bad.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. The course has gone through a lot of changes. I'm not I don't even know the exact layout anymore. I know there's holes have been moved around, and there's like island obstacles and things.
Different
out there
flow.
now.
Different flow.
Better flow.
Better flow.
That's what I've
Much
heard.
better
It's
flow.
been a while since I've
Way
been out
better,
there,
yeah.
but
Better flow.
I've heard nothing but good things, and I have been out there recently enough to have seen the stumps all around that.
21.
21.
The island
Love
hole.
that.
Island.
It's like a signature hole now.
You got the
like,
elevated
It's still
pad on
17 in
24.
my mind, but
It's still
it is
17.
21 now.
17
Now
is-
it's-
17?
But now it's 21.
17.
Oh, okay.
So 17 now
Completely
is the last
changes
one of
your
the
whole
fours.
perspective on the hole.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's been moved back. It's a super tight, like 300-foot shot.
So when it comes to making these changes around the course, are you guys raising funds for these things, or what is funding these developments?
So Mokina has a budget for the course, and so we are. Yeah, it's awesome that they're willing to put money to do whatever they need. I mean, Sean's got an order right now, 9 more baskets, and we're hoping for 18 more coming July. So,
Hopefully.
What?
Hopefully, yeah.
To replace the
so
current baskets, or
yeah,
the
we're
old ones?
getting
Holes, or-
so we're getting Mach 7s.
Oh damn.
To all the A pins, and then we're gonna order more Mach 5s.
I want Mach
to
X's.
be all the X pins, and then hopefully in the future we can put another course in with all the old baskets.
Wow, that's
So basically, it's going towards something. It's going to be redonated.
Has there been any
back
conversation about taking those other baskets and making like a small kid-friendly course, since that's kind of your specialty?
That's the plan. We're trying to. We're working at Heck Park in Mokina to make like a 9-hole.
Badass.
He just wants something for his 14 children to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Babysitting.
And that park is literally right down
I think
the
it's
street
in
from
his
my house.
backyard. Yeah, exactly. So I think he's lost like 4 discs there, throwing out his backyard.
When you started, did you guys have did you have a conversation about like what's our mission statement? Like what is the reason we're doing this, and what are we gonna do? We have a purpose for existing?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a huge it wasn't big like our discussion. We wanted to grow the sport. We wanted to reach beginners, and like I don't think we talked about it first, but my goal was kids, and has always been kids. Like I want to
Clearly.
so like it is lacking the junior, like no one is doing that, so like
For real.
that's been my main goal. The
And
club
the Oaks is a
amazing.
good, friendly kid course where you
Yeah.
have the red
Yeah,
pads,
It
we
totally
have
is.
we have
Absolutely.
27
now
red
the whites.
red pads. So
Something about that course is so challenging, but so inviting as well, because it's open enough that you can see a lot of the course all of the time. I think it's great, especially what you guys have done recently. When we went there and saw those new changes, like to hole 10 and everything like that, blew our minds, because before that had been like a lull in the course, like, well, let's just get through hole 9 and then we'll get to the. But now it is like I can't wait for hole 10 to come.
And
up.
that's not helping out the flow. That's helping out the actual like ecosystem of the whole
Totally.
like nature
Absolutely.
area.
Yeah.
To where like they used to cut the grass all the time and nothing would grow. So now that's where Sean's like, hey, let's let the fairways grow. Let's get some seedlings out there. Let's try and grow some like saplings, some little maples, whatever, and try and
the
grow stuff out
fairways
there.
when you get a fresh cut out there looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks great.
I
It
love
looks
the
great.
tall grass.
I don't think that most people realize that course has been in the ground since 2003.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
OG.
That's pretty OG.
Shout out Pat Donnelly
In the
too, because I know
Yeah.
he's told me
Yes.
he's put in, I think, all of the pads there,
Yep.
all of the rubber pads.
Very cool. It's been around a long time. It's awesome to see it come to where it's at from where it was, because it was many years where it was just kind of forgotten about, and it existed and we went there, but there was nobody that was at the helm the way that you guys are now, and it's unbelievable.
How many years ago?
You were the first one to reach out to me, Sean. You'd like to come out and say, hey, let me, come out and give you some ideas. And
Yeah.
I had no clue what I was doing, so,
Right.
you know.
As an admirer, man, and it's very cool to work with guys like yourself. Like I work with Jeff Lotion at the Lockport Park District. Like you to me are the Jeff of Mokina. If we can't connect with you, then it doesn't happen. And that's the only way that we can start to really grow this stuff, is when we connect the community and the employees and the staff to care the way that we care, and to see, like, I remember when you came in the shop for the first time and you wanted to get your first bag, and I was like, dude, yes, like you're going to be part of this now. So it's incredible. I mean, if not for guys like you, all the praisings, man. Like,
He's running
phenomenal. You earned that free bag for sure.
Sean Zeems is now running a league every
Yes.
other Monday.
Every other Monday, tags
Phenomenal.
leagues,
Sean
boy.
is running
Phenomenal.
a tags league.
Phenomenal.
He keeps sucking me in.
Guess
Yeah.
who took
Yeah.
the number 4 tag this
The
week?
hooks go
Ooh.
deep, man. The hooks go deep.
I want to know about the responsibilities in the club. It sounds like a lot of people are shouldering different things. You've got people running different nights. Can you give us an overview of who is responsible for what?
I kind of oversee everything. I
So
try
why do
to-
they
I-
call you El Chapo?
He's the El Chapo.
I make sure
Because he has 6 kids.
everything
8. You forgot the 2.
Eight kids.
keep everyone
Sorry.
busy. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep everyone online. I try to keep everyone on track. Try to, I got the girls running stuff. I got busy making sure we got our, t-shirts, we got
Got
our
your swag.
tags, we got whatever we need going.
Pins. We got.
Just I'm always asking everyone
Trophies.
questions. What are we working on next? What are we working on next? So my job is just kind of overseeing and running events.
Do you get members coming up to you saying, hey, Scott, I want to do more. What can I do?
Every now and then, but not a lot. But I'm very thankful for the ones that have. Like I said, Sean is running leagues. The girls ran the tournament. Nick is stepping up big time. He wants to help out more. So
Him
there
and his
are
wife.
people.
Shout out Sammy.
Yeah, Nick
Can't
and
forget
Sam.
Sammy.
Nick and Sam O'Reilly. Yep.
I'd say it's more like people come up to him with ideas and he says, okay, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the
And
time,
that's-
yeah. So
and
I
that's the
have.
biggest
I
thing.
I
have
bet Sean.
Okay,
I
do
bet
it.
Sean's
And if they
life.
commit it,
Do it.
I have a
Yeah.
lot of idea guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Yeah.
Hey, what
When
you
are you
should do.
Yeah.
That's my
Turn
favorite.
that should do into
That's
a
my favorite.
real thing.
So yeah, in Vizzy. So I mean, you want to say what you do?
Basically, I guess I would say I designed the stuff. Me and Shigs have worked on a couple stuff.
You're the swag director.
Swag director, yeah.
Yeah, Mike
director.
Schultz has helped with that, some of the
He's
logos.
done
I
the
think
juniors
was he-
championship. He's done the women's championship logos. I've done the actual Circle One logo. From there, we kind of like bounce ideas, like what we want to do. Like, hey, let's do this. No, let's do this.
Got a fucking motorcycle gang.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
It's
We
the
sure
rest
do.
of it's
We
the rest
sure
of the
do. They're
Circle
all right
One crew.
here.
They're finally
Yeah.
here.
The whole gang.
Better late than never.
The whole gang.
We're on the 3rd floor. Come on up.
Moving along.
Listeners, Ryan just stuck his head out the window like Mr. Wilson from Dennis the Menace and yelled, "Scram!"
Get off my lawn.
We got shit to do.
Knowing that you have a full-time job, you've got 14 kids, you have a wife.
My wife is amazing.
Yeah. You've got
is
you've
amazing.
got
Shout out
Shout
Dana
out.
Ringo.
Shout
out
She
is
holds the house
amazing.
down.
you've got a full plate though, and now you're running the club, you got events, etc. You can't be somebody who has a lot of extra bandwidth. Like you've got to be pretty like almost at maximum bandwidth at all times, right?
Correct.
That is the life of a disc golf
You need to-
organizer.
yeah.
Correct.
You need to say something. They don't see the
You,
nod. Yep.
Correct.
All the bandwidth.
Again, no. Listen. My wife. I cannot say this enough. My wife is amazing. She lets me enjoy my passion. You know what I'm saying? She handles everything. If I'm not, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not home and I'm running stuff, she's holding it down.
Yes.
I cannot give any. She is amazing. My
She's
parents
awesome.
help out a lot. Shout out my parents, Roberto, Karen Rangel. They're
Shout out
amazing
Roberto.
as well.
Your mom's name is
He's
Karen
a good
too?
disc golfer, dude.
Dude, we really
I
are
play with him in the
same
Ace
dude.
race. He's fun.
Hell yeah.
He's cool. Me, Pop, and Scotty. And
My
then
dad
there's
won
that.
an ace race.
Yeah, an Ace race. Yeah, I forgot.
No
That's the
way.
first year that we
He,
did that.
he hates
Dude,
disc
it was
golf.
so
though.
much fun.
He hates it.
He was talking so much smack, bro. So much smack.
I already like him. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah. I already want to meet him.
Yeah.
The reason I
was
asked
awesome.
that question is because I think, like you were talking about the people who come to you with ideas and they're not, taking the action. It's important for people who come out to your events and enjoy what you're doing to understand everything you do is there's a priorities you have to like navigate. You only have so much bandwidth to do so many things. And somebody bringing something to you like, hey, let me try to add something to your plate. Like, hey, man, you should understand how much is really in my life. Like, disc golf is super important to me, but I have a whole full life. Like, I can't just do disc golf things all the time. Luckily, you have members who are helping and stepping up and doing things. But everyone else who's just coming to enjoy the fruits of your labor, they should hopefully they listen to this and they get an idea of like what they have.
What it takes.
Exactly that. Because I'm sure there's days where the weather's not good, you're not feeling well, etc. There's 10 reasons any given day where you'd like, do I have to go out and run leagues tonight?
His wife's in labor again. He's like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go play disc golf. So I'll see you in 18
Yeah,
holes.
so every time you make that decision to
I meet up
go
with him and he's like, "Oh yeah,
do-
she's in labor."
Every single time you make the decision to go do what's right or what's best for the club, the members should understand that.
I think the
Thanks,
club
man.
as a whole reflects on the fact that most of them, if not all of them, understand that.
I get that sense. They're smart, caring humans in your club. They're not a bunch of knuckleheads. Like, let's be honest. There's a couple clubs out there that are run by knuckleheads. Everyone in it's a
I mean,
knucklehead,
we
and there's nothing
invited
wrong with that.
Rokita.
They can go out
It's
and have a
okay,
good time.
so.
But
Right.
to run
Everyone's got the Rokita. It's okay.
to run a tight ship that's actually out there achieving things every week. That's
Well, where
rare.
I have the admiration is that as a leader in the community myself, I stay on one side of the tournament central table, if you will, and Scotty is still on
Playing.
both sides.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Just this past weekend, Workforce Brewing Open 3.
How'd he do? How did he do?
First place in MA1.
El Fuego.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. So to see a leader in the community be doing everything that he's doing in the role that I identify with, and then to go out and compete, and not only compete but kick ass, it's pretty cool.
I'm stunned by
It's
it.
very cool.
That was his first 1,000.
Even
rated
when I just
round,
run a
too.
little Monday
By the way.
night like tags or dubs thing, by the time I finish the sign in, I get everybody on their cards, I get like the CTP set up, and I put all the shit back in my car and try and get everybody out so we can finish before it's too late. And I get to the first hole, I'm like, my brain is still like,
You're all flustered.
I'm flustered, and I play like shit every single time. But
why?
Half the time,
Stop
I'm
thinking about it.
Half
You're
the time, I'm like,
chilling.
maybe I'll just sit in my car and work and let them play because I ain't gonna play for shit anyways. So for you to get out there, not only play, but then to go out and win tournaments and still show people like I'm not just an organizer, I can play this game.
Well, I'll let you
So
know he
dope.
stinks at tags. I'll let you know that. But he gave me a death stare.
But that goes to show the camaraderie and the group that makes it all happen too. That Scotty can be the leader.
Yep.
And can also fall in line at the same time and play because he knows that the club is still moving forward.
I have a great group behind me.
Is there anything that you guys want? I don't want to just run this whole thing. Is there stuff you
Hit
wanted
'em.
to cover?
Hit him.
No, I don't care about him. No,
Do
go
your
ahead.
thing, dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't answer Ryan's questions.
Yeah, he's looking right
That's
now. I
the right
knew
way
it was
to
going to
respond.
happen. Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. What are you most proud of that Circle One has achieved?
I'm proud of that we're actually running a juniors championship and the women's championship. That to me is like huge. For real, like the amount of ladies that we actually saw when we went out on Memorial Day. I have never seen that many girls or children out at a course, and then we had at least 2 or 3 people that came up to us and asked us like, hey, this is our first time here, what do we do? The dad's walking out and literally the 2 daughters are trying to grab the bag off his shoulder and wanting to basically carry it and start throwing. Like that was the coolest thing that I have ever saw.
Don't such a
Let him
beautiful-
roll. Let him roll.
It's really beautiful.
But for real,
It's
like
so
that was
beautiful.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Like that was the coolest thing. That is what we're trying to do. Is we want those people to get out there and just experience it.
Yeah.
And then if they experience it here, they're going to experience it at Delwood. They're going to experience it at Highland, and then they're going to basically expand out to where if they travel, now they're going to be like, oh, okay, we're here vacationing in Wyoming. Why don't I go to Jackson Hole? 'Cause
I
that
think
that
the
was me.
sport is moving past the point of what is disc golf.
Yeah.
And now we have to get people excited about it because there's a larger portion of the population that knows what it is. And maybe they thought about disc golf in the way that you did when you started, Scott, where it was like, whatever, it's disc golf, I don't care. But they at least know about it. But now we have to get them like those little girls, like they were genuinely excited about playing.
They had an arm, dude.
Right? Yeah. So like we have to
They
get
had a
people
better
now
forehand than
excited
I
and
did.
trying it. And I think that's the next wave is like, yeah,
To
you know what
teach.
it is. Let's go and
To
let's
teach.
go play.
Yeah.
We have to understand our roles as guys that got involved in an accidental way and take that to the next level of going, I'm not going to let your experience be as bad as mine was. I'm going to make sure that your experience is as good as it can be. And that's what you guys are doing every day.
The reason that's so cool, from my perspective, is that every person that comes out and has a good experience for the first time, you've given them not just a good experience that day, you've given them something they're going to enjoy for the rest of their life. If they fall in love that first time, now there's something that they're going to think about, well, I don't want to say daily, but regularly. And there's something they're going to look forward to doing, like you said, whether they're traveling, whatever. It's just going to be something they carry with them for the rest of their life now.
Give a man a fish.
Scott, Nick was saying that Scott has been giving kids his personal discs out of his, just out of your bag.
Yeah, Halo destroyers and
Halo polecats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. My
Shout
most
out
overstable stuff.
Correct, yeah.
With
Yeah.
nothing,
Justices.
with no
Star Destroyers.
right.
with no motivation other
That he
than
can't
I
throw.
hope they have a good time. And
Woolly
that
Raptors.
I hope they
But
like fall in love.
the
with
more or less thing that got me was the girls and the whole younger part were enjoying their time with their dad. That was the best thing.
Family.
The fam.
All right, 2 more questions from me. One's a really quick one. How often do people accidentally call you Alex?
Wait, are you talking about
Shave your
Viz-
head,
no,
dude.
wait.
I'm talking to you.
Shave your head.
Scott.
It's
I
like
know
the
you're
same
talking to
dude.
me, and I have not
I
been
have the
called
longest hair
Alex.
here.
Never. Okay. So I've been called Scott a few times. So just want to highlight that all heavy-set, dark complexion people were not the
It
same.
is racist, guys, just so you know.
It is racist. Yeah, absolutely.
We should have a cold man challenge at some point. See who can
What's this?
play a better round in the cold wearing shorts.
This should be a mailbag question.
I
We'll,
will guarantee you I will win.
okay.
I did just
I'll save the questions
at
for the
the
mailbag.
practice
but-
round.
We'll
that
wait
you
until
were,
like February.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. He's still out in
Shorts.
shorts.
I play, I'll be in the shorts in the middle of winter shooting
We've
hot
seen it.
rounds.
Oh,
We've
he's
seen
not
it.
cold.
Is there not a picture of me at the ice bowl from last
There
year
is.
in shorts?
There
His
is.
legs aren't cold. His hands are.
See them calves, bro. No, that's all right.
They're not buddy calves. They're not Buddy Lee calves.
I was going to say Buddy Lee.
They're not Buddy Lee
Buddy
calves.
Lee calves.
It's actually a 2-part question. First, What do you guys do as a club better than any other club?
We have a good time. Like, leagues are fun.
Leagues are fun.
I have a feeling that's why you grew so fast. People came out once, they had a great time, and it's like, I'm going to go do that again. And they tell somebody else, oh, I had a great time with those guys. You got to come out.
I think
Like,
one of the
we-
first times we did the warm beer challenge where it was like the worst shot, and it was like on hole 17. It's like one of the hardest holes. And like, of course, if you dank a tree or nick something and you're short, you put that CTP up, and then from there you're drinking a tall 16 that's been sitting in the trunk of somebody. Yeah, Cody drank it. Shout out Cody. It was a tall boy of like Rolling
who?
Rock. It's been sitting in the trunk for like 2 days. It was hot as shit, and he chugged it in front of everybody, and he was happy about it. It was funny.
But just, yeah, we do fun stuff. I mean, everyone has a good time. It's not that much money. Like, our leagues are very cheap.
What's cheap?
What's cheap is right now, I think $10. Then like when we do our tags, it's after you get the tag, it's $5.
That's the way.
You know what I'm saying? It's we're very so a lot of the new people are like, oh, that's it? Yeah, I'll come play. I'm not losing that much. I'll
Right.
come play.
Right.
So we do get a lot of the new guys, and just a good time, man.
It's welcoming.
It sounds like it's welcoming
It's
to
welcoming
everybody.
to the newer players to where then they can get the vibe or feel of an actual like tournament type scene or an actual league scene to when then they can like, okay, oh, you play J-Town this, you play J-Town that, you play, oh, these basket case leagues, you play this. Everybody starts talking, and then they learn about the different areas, and then that's when they spread out, and then it grows. And that's the whole point.
We're beyond the point of who's better. It's like real, recognized real.
Yeah.
They're killing it. We're killing it. We're helping each other progress.
Yeah.
All across the board, whether it's basket cases or Circle One, J-Town, Skulls, Chain Brains. There's so many ideas and Scotty Rangels and Mikey Hvizd that are getting together and going, we can do this for our area. The only way to progress the whole thing is if we start working together, and that's what we got
for
going
sure,
on.
yeah.
It's such an awesome
Yeah.
time to be a part of Chicagoland Disc Golf.
Part of Disc Golf Chicago's mission in the next year is to create a profile of every club in the area. So where we have an interview, we do a video with the leader, we talk about why do you guys exist, what do you guys do, so that people who are just getting into the sport have a place they can go to be like, oh, there's this club, there's this club, there's this club, these guys operate over here, this club's more about fun, this club's more about like they just want to win, this club's more about getting stoned, whatever. I just want a place
Case
where
law.
I just want a place where somebody who's
I need
just getting
some
into the
gummies.
sport can figure out where they might belong.
right.
So we'll talk to you about that at some point. But,
For sure.
I'm gonna go on record right now and say that in 2022 there will be a club challenge in Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes, sir.
God.
Thank God.
We're gonna make that happen, guaranteed.
C1.
guaranteed.
Just let me know what you need help with. Let me know what you
It
need
will not
help
be at
with.
Lemon Lake.
No.
All due respect to Mike Rokita and the crew that puts that together.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do something.
Let's do it.
For sure.
Thank
Last
God.
question. What is something that you see clubs doing that makes you think like, man, they're just they're not doing it right?
This is where the shit talking begins.
Do
This
it.
is where the
Do
shit
it.
talking
Just do it.
begins.
For a few,
Fly your flag,
gonna
dude.
be-
Fly your
it's
flag. That's
gonna
what
be
it's all about.
obvious.
That's okay. Hold on. The main reason I'm asking is for other people who want to start their own club eventually, we're going to highlight something that they should try to avoid so that they can do it the right way. This is just your opinion, by the
Sure,
way.
sure. This past, I hit an ace. All right,
Cool.
23 bucks.
Hole 13 at EP.
So what we do, no one takes home less than $100. I don't care what the ace pot is at. You hit an ace, you're getting $100. If
That's
it gets
dope.
more than that, cool. An ace is an awesome thing.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be worth a CTP.
And understandably, it was hit back to back to back.
Yeah.
The past like 2-3 weeks or whatever.
I remember early
I
when we were
understand
putting
that.
on
Yeah.
events and bag tags and things like that, and
So-
that would come up, and there's no way to prep for that until it's happened.
Yeah.
You have to learn the hard way, right?
Well-
And then you have to understand how to back those
Yeah,
up.
the week before that,
yeah.
someone walked away with $10. So
That's tough.
So that's I'm actually really glad I asked now because the very first week of our match play league, the ace pot was just brand new. There was $24 in it because you were there.
Right.
We had 12 people, so there was $24 in the ace pot. Brad Cook hit an ace. Congrats, it's a $24 ace. I've never considered before that you might pay somebody just out of club funds so that the ace is worth more.
So we're not shy with our money. We love paying people out. We got money. Every club has money. I know you got money.
Come on out.
Give your players some money. That's where we're at.
Okay. Shit. I didn't expect that advice to be going for me, but I am taking that advice. That's dope. I've never heard that concept.
If you hit something, you should get what you're deserved. That's more or less kind of what.
Yeah,
we're
I get
coming
it. Yeah,
from.
that makes sense.
No,
I get it.
It's my
well
my
worth it.
opinion.
You know, you can
It's a
argue.
cool opinion. I like it.
Yes, we'll build it up, but it should be a certain amount, like guaranteed. Like,
Yeah, like, hey, the pot is what it is, and that's what you win. But the fact that you care enough to put more than what was in there says a lot.
So, like I said before, we could easily just BS with you guys and dissect so much more about the club all night, but we are on a schedule. So, that is a wrap on the meat and potatoes of this episode, and it's going to move us along to a brand new segment, which we're very excited to tell you guys about. The segment is called The Rub. It's brought to you by Luxor Escape. In case you don't know, Luxor Escape is a massage and relaxation business that is run by one of the Circle One members, Alex Nieves. Ever heard of her? We've mentioned her 10 times probably on the show.
Many times.
I can tell you that I have been a customer, and I have referred many of my family members since then. She does amazing work. Most people don't really realize how important it is to go treat yourself, relax.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Mental health, unwind, you will have a better week. So we wanted to introduce this segment where we're going to talk about your inner peace. Each of us are going to bring up something that we've been stressed out about or holding on to, and we're going to let it go. And the segment is called The Rub. Does anybody have something they're ready to go with? Something you're ready to
I do, but
let go?
Busy, go ahead.
It's with
What are you rubbed up about?
It's with a homie that I've had, probably that I've known since 6th grade, but I won't name names. Everything's all worked out now. Kind of was like some trash talk, a little bit here and there. Nothing meant anything. It was just more or less like grudges against each other. And then now kind of we realized what was bothering us both, cut that both out of our lives, and now everything is actually gone back together. So it's actually worked out. Now we're clear. Now we're clean. We're talking. We're golfing. We're disc golfing. We're doing whatever.
You rubbed it out.
We rubbed it out. Everything is all good.
That's it's a beautiful thing to not have to carry that around anymore.
Exactly.
Every time you carry around that
over
stress,
some stupid shit and didn't mean to happen.
and that
Now it's all
happens
good.
with friends.
Yeah.
And if you don't bury the hatchet, that's a friendship you may never come back to.
Finally.
Shut up.
That's dope. I love that.
Go ahead, Sean.
I'm looking up. I want to make sure that I know the initial. I'm not going to name names. Delwood Disc Golf ends up being the hub of all these lost and found discs. Mm-hmm. And this has something to do with Matt Rokita. It's funny, but this is the real talk.
Who invited this guy?
Guys like Matt jump in the ponds. They get the disc back for everybody, and it becomes my responsibility. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. I understand my role in this situation. I get it. Mm-hmm. There are certain people that will just be like chill about it, and they'll be like, I'll wait for my shit to come back to me, or I'll come to the shop and I'll pick it up. The dude from 972 area code was like blowing me up because I texted him and said, we found your disc, it's at the shop, and he's like, I'm out of town, can you send it to me? And I'm like, the disc come in, and this very well could have been just a disc that came in at Delwood, but like the point is that so many come in at once that between Corey and myself and Sheila, we try to stay on top of messaging people and making sure that they know their disc is here and it's safe. But this dude was blowing up my phone, and he was like, have you sent it yet? And I'm like, listen, bro, who the fuck? Like, I snapped on this guy, and I felt bad about it. I was basically just said, like, I will get to it when I get to it. You don't understand my situation. You don't understand where my life is with my weekly schedule. Like, just relax. I'll get it to you. And I felt like such an asshole responding that way. I have since sent him a message and kind of apologized and said, like, I got you, just like, you blowing my phone up was very irritating in that moment, dude, because you just have to wait until the time that I can make this happen for you because he's an out-of-towner guy. So I felt really bad about it. I have since, it's in the van right now. in the parking lot. I'm going to get this guy's
you
disc in the
haven't
mail.
sent
I'm
it
not
to
going to name names, but I felt bad about snapping on this guy without him having an understanding of, I don't get one lost disc. I get 52 or I get the creek fills and then I get 200 of them. So it's this awkward position that I have to constantly manage. And, you know, sometimes these discs are like lost and then found and then lost again. And a lot of these people don't even know someone found it, kept it, threw it, and then lost it again. But I've since made it cool.
Well, now you're venting about it, and that's kind of part of like finding that peace and like letting go of it, and just like not carrying that around with you anymore.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, the dude initially he was like kind of throwing shade, and he was like, "Well, you know, what is this deal with disc golf operation, and like how do you handle this stuff?" And I was like, "Bro, like." Worst case scenario, your disc is sold for $5 or $10 and it goes back into the community. But people that don't understand our community don't get that. It's all water under the bridge, no pun intended. But that's my rub to that guy. I feel bad. We're squashed. It's better. Quashed.
That's the idea.
Excuse me.
Is to let it go. It's okay to get worked up. It's okay to get stressed out, but you got to let it go. You know, there's a quote from a movie that I really like, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. He says, "You can be as mad as a junkyard dog. You know, you can be as mad as you want to be for as long as you want to be, but in the end, you got to let it go one way or another. So whether you let it go of it now or on your deathbed, you got to let it go at some point." And the sooner you can let things go and the more you can take care of yourself, the better your life's going to be.
Yes.
Thank you to Luxor Escape for the rub. And just so you guys know, we are running a contest that is sponsored by Luxor Escape. The way you enter this contest is write a review for the show on any platform. I don't care if it's Apple or Facebook or Google. Wherever you can write a review for this podcast, write the review, submit it, then take a screenshot and DM that to us. Either
can we mail it to you like with letterhead Jim Wagner style?
Yes. Can we? Yes. They can send a check.
Like I'm gonna write it.
If anybody really wants to, I will thank you for doing it, but please just do it.
I'm gonna write it shorthand on like.
Send it to us.
College ruled.
Well, this is at least over the next 3 episodes. So you have some time, but basically we're going to pick our favorite review, and the winner is going to win a 90-minute massage from Luxor Escape, which if you've never had a massage, you're really messing up. But if you've never had a 90-minute massage,
that's what she said.
That is
Can I say one thing? I was going to do this on the Greater Joliet page, but I didn't want to call Bill out. And I just think it's the funniest thing. And my humor is sometimes inappropriate. But if Bill Beninato just put on the Greater Joliet page and said something like, "Guys, I know that you all know that she's my girlfriend, but book a massage," it would go a long way.
It would.
Yeah.
I was going to do that, but I didn't want to call him out. It would be funny if he did that, right? Okay, thank you. Yes, everybody's thinking it, and I'm pretty sure Bill and Alex are on the same page. It's totally fine. She's a professional. Book your massage.
Super professional. Again, when I went, I didn't wait long before I scheduled my second one. Just go as a customer. Go book yourself a massage, but this is an opportunity to win it for free. 90 minutes will change your week. All you got to do is write the review, send a screenshot, let us know, and you will be entered in the opportunity to win this sick prize. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Luxor Escape.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jason, since you haven't said anything...
He's still here?
For an hour and a half.
In an hour and a half.
Did he get hit by the train?
COVID's changed me.
Would you take us into the mailbag, please? Mail time.
Mail time.
Mail time.
Mail time.
Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail.
Michael. That's okay.
Michael!
All right, we're going to start things off with a question from Tim Blair. This is for...
Hey.
Who is present?
Who is present?
In the room.
Hey.
This is a
Get
question
used to
for
different.
Scott Rangel.
Want.
He wants to know, what did it feel like winning the Amazing Workforce Brewing tourney and that 1,000 rated round?
Oh! Kill him.
It was awesome, man. I did not expect to win an MA1 tournament this soon. No one did. Thanks, Matt Rokita.
So what was it about the day? Is there one thing
First
that
of
you
all,
were like,
if the listeners don't know that Saturday was gusts of like 20 to 25 mile an hour winds.
Oh, it was like
Or more.
45 miles an hour out there.
I play really bad in
crazy.
winds. Yeah, I mean, Saturday was 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. I shot, that was my first 1,000 rated round. Yeah, I mean, it was an awesome tournament. I played really well, and then I got a win. I mean, I know what stuff I got to work on. I think playing the Eureka course.
Oh, yeah.
A couple weeks prior, or week, whatever. Was the week before, right?
Yep. 2 weeks.
So, yeah,
Yep.
really just kind of like what I need to start working on my game. And I think playing that just really, it definitely bumped my level of play.
Mentally
up
I
for
felt
sure.
that coming away. The next event I played, I don't know, a week later or whatever, I was
Yeah.
like, it was like weighted training. Like I felt like Goku in the...
My stamina was, I'm like,
for
this
real?
is nothing. I was playing, so I played the morning Saturday. I played a full round at Delwood.
We played an 18 round at Delwood and then went and played another 18 at Heritage. And we were completely fine.
And then I played EP BC Tag Sunday morning, and
Got
then I
an
went
ace.
to Workforce.
come on.
So I played, yeah.
So
and
that's
I'm-
what you have to do to win
Yeah.
MA1, by
Yeah.
the way, guys.
Well, the stamina
Play
is such
around
a huge thing.
before you play.
I
What
did
the
not,
f-
Michael.
I did not realize how... I mean,
It
I've
literally
always
felt
known
like
it.
nothing compared to Eureka, dude.
Go play 2 rounds of Eureka.
Dude, play one round of
did.
Eureka.
No, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it
good.
was,
It just highlighted how important stamina is in this sport. Let me put it this way: the first round at the tournament at Eureka, I shot a plus 16. I was middle of the pack for MA2, which is good for me. I'm a rec player. I felt really good about it, but I was wiped. Second round, shot a plus 28 because everything was hard. I was
least
just
I was
so
consistent.
tired. I told Mike Krupika, "Hey, I love that you gave us an opportunity to play this course, but don't do that again.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't."
He needs to hear that. That's too much.
2
Yeah.
days.
Well,
One round
it
per
was
day.
actually like, to go off of it, before we were done, my last round, I was the last one out on MA1. Supposedly, he said that they were only going to play 13 holes after on second round just to finish it up. Then,
Because of time,
timing,
just so we make sure we finish. But we still finished. in
Just so
time.
we finished, but
Nate Heinold.
Nate Heinold basically overruled it and was like,
because
no,
so
they're-
many people had dropped out at that point, I heard, or like, was that his thing?
No, he just
People
was like,
did drop out, but he's like, no, we're gonna finish. They're playing. Everyone's playing every hole.
he literally just said, we're playing all 18.
It worked out.
And so I will never do it again.
Crazy.
Next
crap.
question, I think it's directed towards Vizzy.
Oh.
What's the worst pronunciation of your name
Guaranteed.
you've ever heard? That's from Patrick Baker.
We could be here all night. I got, you got Hitzvid, Hizvid,
Hitzvid.
Hvizd, Hvizd. What else?
Hvizd. That's what I'm just saying from now on.
That's probably Leo.
What is the
saying
origin
high
of
beast.
that name? Do you know?
Technically, it's Ukrainian
Asgardian?
and Russian. If you
Okay.
actually add a YT to the end, it's pronounced Hvizd.
Okay.
HVIZDYT.
That's what I'm gonna start calling.
Yeah. No, you're not going to because you'll forget it.
Hvizd.
But
Floozy. All right, moving on.
Floozy.
And we got one last question. We're gonna do this nice and tight.
I have one too. Go ahead.
All right, you do your question because
Okay.
mine's gonna be
At what
a
point
good one.
does Scott Rangel and maybe Alex? At what point do you guys put pants on? What does it take?
He's got pants on
No.
today.
When playing disc golf.
when playing disc golf, when do I put pants on?
Yeah. At what temperature? What conditions?
Temperature. I don't
Under
think
32 degrees.
I can still wear shorts in like 20. If you hit 20 below,
20.
or like 20 and below.
20 and below.
20 and below. I'm wearing.
Okay.
I'm wearing pants. But the snow is the most important. Like I'm not wearing shorts if there's like 6 inches of snow.
Fair. I'll
Over
agree
your
with that.
ankles.
Right.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
want want snow on your flesh.
Well, no shit.
But I mean, if it's just cold out,
You know
and
what?
there's
I've
not
never
snow-
considered that an option
Exactly.
because
Thank
I wear
you.
pants like a normal person.
Thank you.
But
After October 1st.
Thank you.
yeah, pants.
Like
Dude,
normal people.
I only wear pants
Sweatpants.
if I have to if it's a professional thing.
I've never even worn sweatpants. Finally, like mom's like, you are wearing pants, and so she bought me a bunch of sweatpants, and I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool. So like this winter, I was wearing some sweatpants.
Okay. All right. That's
I'll
fair.
admit to
They
that
were
too.
pretty cool.
Like a
We
nice
need to
pair of
get- I like-
sweatpants in
we
the
need to
winter.
get Scotty
These
some joggers.
feel
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Some
that's
Circle
fair.
1 joggers. Let's add it to the list.
Oh, I got it.
deal.
But he just.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the final question of the mailbag, Sean Eli
We know
wants
him.
to know
Oh.
if you sit or stand when you wipe. Fantastic
God.
question.
This
Okay.
was
We've-
just like
we've
today
discussed.
he posted this, I think.
Yeah.
We've-
yeah.
Yeah, he just posted
So
this
we
today.
discussed it
With
but we
Patty
ended up-
Rich.
we ended up cutting it. It didn't make the episode.
So,
Oh,
what do you consider standing? That's my question.
When you, I mean, if you get up on top of the toilet with both your feet.
No. Is it both cheeks off the toilet?
Yes. If your
Or is
ass
it both
leaves the
thighs
seat,
off
that
the
is
toilet? Yeah,
standing.
you're completely off. That's standing.
It's not like standing straight up. I
does
don't
that?
think that
Knees
would
are
work.
Who
yeah.
does that?
Well, let's go around the room and find out.
Let's do that.
Starting
Alex?
with Viz.
Do you sit
I'll
or
start.
stand when you want
I
to start?
sit, but I lean forward.
Yeah.
Just enough to get my hand back
Yeah,
there.
like normal.
Forward?
What? So,
what other way? I guess to the
To
side.
the side?
Yeah.
Like a fucking normal person?
Right.
It's a little forward and to the left.
No, I totally feel you. I feel you. It's a forward.
I hope you don't feel him when he's
It's
doing
a
that.
side.
Why are we talking about this? This is
Because it's important.
it is very.
So
important.
here's my take on this. There is no way to do it and not be awkward. Everybody does it. You
My
can't.
nightmare is someone sees me wiping my ass.
Whatever. Yes. Right.
It is truly worse.
Nightmare.
It's the
Someone
most
sees me wiping
vulnerable.
my ass.
There's,
it is a
Right.
very
Biggest fear.
vulnerable state. You are
The most vulnerable.
So
state
someone just
imaginable.
crashes in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you're wiping your
Boom.
butt. and
Door
you're just
opens
like,
and you're
oh my
like,
God.
no.
I've been the manager
Worse.
of several places over my career, and this is what I've
has
had
happened to
this
you?
conversation with every single one of my employees. You could walk in on me jerking off, and we'd be like, "Oh, that was awkward." You walk into me wiping my ass, and you're fired. Like there's no going back.
There's the intro of the
There's
episode.
no going back.
it's over.
From like making eye contact while I'm mid-wipe. That is absolute worst case scenario.
the Office
So-
episode
The
where
most
Jim walks
vulnerable.
in.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the most vulnerable any human being.
So
could
there's
ever
no
be,
way to
ever.
not make it awkward. So
I'm dead.
I am slightly up off the toilet to get maximum reach. Why not?
Leverage.
Yeah,
But you're not
I'm
standing.
fully. I'm
You
standing.
can't stand.
Exactly.
How could anyone?
My
Fuck,
knees,
I don't stand.
my knees are bent, but I'm standing.
No,
I'm standing.
you're not.
I'm off the
You're-
toilet seat.
you're
100%
best-
standing.
You're balanced, but you're not standing straight up because you can't.
You
No,
can't.
no one can.
There's
no,
there's
you
no
can't.
possible way to
Right.
wipe your butt
Yeah.
But you're
while standing.
there's no part of your body touching the toilet when you wipe.
Correct.
Absolutely unbelievable.
correct.
I think we've discussed this enough.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, we're well past enough.
Thank you, Sean.
Just
So gross.
don't walk in on Sean.
That is the most ridiculous question we've ever had in the mailbag.
Someone done
Thank you,
that?
Sean
Oh,
Eli.
Thank you, Sean.
It was worth talking
Oh,
about.
Sean.
All
He's
right,
changed.
we got one.
I always
last-
hear throughout the
last
episode,
segment.
Those
just cut it.
fractions.
But
He's changed.
what actually gets cut?
The things that get cut are not the things that we say cut it. It's
Yeah,
stuff that like actually doesn't
I
make any
never
of us-
know. Like I listen and I'm like, that feels like everything we said.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Right.
You're not
Everything
gonna
Matt
get
Rokita said will be cut. Yep.
You're not getting in this, Rokita. Don't worry about it.
All right, we got one last segment to wrap this baby up. It's the pinned it moment of the episode brought to you by discgolfpins.com. Come
on,
Nina.
Nina.
On Nina.
Come on, Nina.
Who has a
need
pinned
to
it
order
moment? Favorite moment of the episode?
Yes, we do.
I would like
We
the
will.
guests to
Yes.
Don't do
Raise your
that.
hand
Don't-
if you have a
don't.
favorite
one at a
moment.
time. Favorite moment.
Favorite moment of the episode. Nick.
Nick.
Or maybe the audience. Nick O'Reilly. Here we go.
Oh yeah, audience. Thank you.
Your reference Rokita as Pan Boy.
Yeah. Pond boy.
Pond boy.
Pond boy. Everyone.
Pinned it.
Yeah.
Matt Rokita's name is Pond Boy.
Pond man.
From
Not a pond boy. Pond man.
Rokita as Pond Boy is
Boots and
pinned
jeans
it.
and boots and jeans and boots and
Anybody
jeans
else?
and boots and
I'm
jeans.
old Greg.
Vizzy, what's your pinned it moment?
I would say pinned it moment was probably when he shouted out everybody that basically is Circle One. That basically has helped out with the ladies, with Sean, with Rokita, his dumbass, going into ponds, stuff like that. Pond boy,
Our original 7.
original 7, just everybody getting a shout
The
out.
fellowship.
There's some good in this world, Mr. Fertile. And it's worth fighting for.
How we started.
Yeah.
That was basically my pin moment.
Pinned
Cool.
it.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
My pinned it moment was when Scott said the worst thing a club could do is something that I did at an event that Scott was at
Very
a couple of weeks
specific.
ago.
Directed directly
It
at you.
wasn't.
Pinned it.
It
Thanks,
wa-
Scott.
It was not that. I mean, that was not what I was talking
Well,
about.
okay,
Just
sure.
throwing
What
it out
happened?
there.
I know.
What happened?
I'm
For
just
the
kidding.
record.
I want to know.
But
What
no,
happened?
that's a couple good moments. Anybody else have anything else they're dying to say was a pinned it moment? Then that is a wrap on Pinned It. Thank you, discgolfpins.com. If you guys have needs for pins for your clubs or for your events or for whatever you need, hit them up. Nina is super, super kind and good to work with, and they make the best looking stuff out there. There's no better experience of working with a apparel manufacturer.
Except Unstable Disc Golf.
Except Unstable Disc Golf Gear.
Second only to
Unstable Disc Golf
to
Gear.
Ryan Curtis Fancher.
I could
Ryan
make the
David Curtis Fancher.
Ryan Fanny Pack Fancher.
Go ahead. Cut it out.
Fanny
I'm cutting it
Fancher.
out. Say whatever
By
you
the
want.
way, in case listeners don't know, this whole
Fancher.
show is sponsored by Unstable Disc Golf Gear. We never say that, and it was the reason the show was started was to
Amen.
talk about the things that we do in the scene and everything that Unstable Disc Golf Gear does to help make people enjoy the sport more so they can look good, feel good, play good. If you need apparel for your events, hit up Unstable Disc Golf Gear.
Holler at it, you
Buy
boy.
their shirts at
Holler at
Delwood.
'em.
Go to their website. Support them. They make the dopest apparel
They.
in disc golf.
They.
He.
Who is they?
That's Ryan and whoever shows up to help, which could be Lil Doan
Jason
or it could be Jason.
Lil Doan,
or,
yes. Ooh, yes. Lil Doan.
He's
shout
got
out.
some helpers out
Yeah,
there.
helpers.
Don't shout out.
If you actually need real experience,
Unpaid.
like 6 years experience, let me know. Call me. Got you.
there you go.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
eventually that's going to happen.
Could you imagine the Vizzy unstable link up?
Dude.
Stop.
Something just happened. Pinned it. You
Pinned
two
it just
came
now.
together.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that is a wrap on episode 8. Into Club Part 2. Thank you to Circle One for joining us. Thank
Circle
you,
One,
Scott and
yeah,
Izzy,
boy.
for giving us the history of the club and
Thanks for coming out.
and follow them on Facebook. They've got a Facebook group you can
Circle
join.
One DGC.
When do you guys do your events typically?
Mondays,
So we
kids.
have Monday nights kids. We have Monday nights every other week tags, and then Fridays we have our
Friday
leagues,
leagues.
our
That's right.
sanctioned round
Sanction
leagues.
leagues.
Check them out. They know how to have a good time, and you will not leave disappointed. Thanks again for joining us, to all of our gallery members, and thank you guys for listening. Until next time, keep it tight.
See ya.
Yes.
Ba-da-ba-dow.
Doses.
Peace.
Listen to Unstable Discourse on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or right from Buzzsprout.com. And if you have the time, leave us a rating and review. It helps the podcast get to more listeners.
Unstable Discourse is a top secret studios production.